Like it may have connected. Alright, let's share this out to the world. Let me. Or not, maybe? Goes is live. Tweet. There we go. Post. Share. Alright, here we go, guys. Oh yeah, he is not happy. This is from the video last night. I haven't had a chance to watch yet. In its entirety, anyways.
That simple. Million opinions. I know you guys. People are all over the place. People are all over the place. But by the way, this stream is not even what you think it is. It is and isn't, because let me show you. Here we go. Oh, well, that's... Okay, well, that's me on the couch with Jasper, but that's not what I wanted to show you. Hold on. So, I've got this set up to go. Alright? I do. I've got this set up to go. Alright? But based on how far it goes, we might even have to do this. Serious. We might even have to go this far. We might actually not get to that level. Alright? We might not even have to watch the show. We'll see. Alright? I got it set up and ready to go, but that might not even be what this is. We'll have to find out. We will. We'll have to see what you guys have to say, too, because this is, like, you guys know.
Mind you, he went the entire 5-hour stream with side-scrollers. Not a single snort. We are a couple minutes into this stream, and snort.
My stuff's interactive, and I'm sure everyone's going to have opinions. Everyone's going to be throwing, you know, their take and questions and everything, and I'm down for that. I am. What's up, Jade? How you doing? Good to see you tonight. Bloom Kid, don't worry about it. Again, we're getting ahead of ourselves here, are we not?
Yeah, I saw that. It was a duty stream that Craig and Keemstar jumped in, and then Gundam, and then Shinko, and everyone else. I heard that was pretty awesome. But, because some of us have to work on weekends at 6 o'clock in the morning, I missed all of it because I had to be in bed. Unfortunate.
There's a reason I'm doing this stream tonight.
Why I missed this stream last night? Because I had to be in bed.
You know, what it is, that's for sure. I was supposed to be playing Wolong tonight. Or, excuse me, Wolong. I keep saying Wolong when I mean to say, like a Dragon Ishin. I don't know how I get the two confused. They're completely different. But, thank you, Bloom Kid, for the super chat. But, no, we're not supposed to be doing this tonight. But we're doing it, and this is the end of it for me. This is really, it's time to, you know, move on and get back.
Spoiler, this is not the end for him.
Fun stuff coming up in the next week. You know what I mean? Like we finished,
not even close to being the end for him.
We got Resident Evil 4 on Friday. We got a special reactive event next weekend. We got a lot of stuff going on. That's positive stuff to talk about in my own content, in my own zone, and not having to put up with internet drama shit. That's for sure. Can I hurry up because you need to fart, Wonder McThunder? I give you permission to release. You can release the cheeks. Let's see here.
Bro, someone needs to hear that.
Pissed. Well, look, there's a difference between you're pissed or you're just sadly disappointed because it was exactly what you thought it was. This is a little different between the two. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. Like I could be ripping pissed. I probably have grounds to be ripping pissed, but I got to the point where. Is that too long? Oh no. Well, oh my god, that's long. I wonder if that's gonna make the bar too long. Let's see here. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk about it. We're gonna talk about it tonight. Don't worry. What's up, Joe? Man, he re-upped his membership. The week has been crazy. It has? Not really. This is only 2 days, and after this, like I said, enough of this shit. Back to normalcy. Correct? Oh no, John, you're gonna understand what I mean. He says, "How can you say anything without watching the video? Don't you want context?" Because I really don't have to. I actually don't have to. I'll explain. Don't worry. Remember, this stream, I just told you, originally first of all, this was supposed to be a gameplay stream on DSP Gaming. Then it became a react stream to that video. And now it might not even be a react stream. Okay? Anime Slayer said, Super Chat says, Evangelion is goated. Well, good. I'm glad you feel that way. I don't remember it. I never watched the whole thing. I've only seen random episodes on, like, Adult Swim. I've heard a lot of people like it. But a lot of people say it's kind of like the... What was it? The David Lynch version of anime.
Really? David Lynch version?
It does.
Shut the fuck up, Normie.
Anime Slayer.
Isaac, how's it going? How's everybody doing? Glad to be home from work. Now I get to watch this. It was just an absolute shit show. They backstabbed me, guys, because they didn't believe all the BS I said. That's not backstabbing. That's just not believing your bullshit.
I'm just letting everyone see, before we start, I'm just letting everyone file in. We got a good look at this audience tonight. Thank you, the marvelous audience here tonight on DSP Reacts. I welcome you all. How are y'all doing? Hope you're ready for some, well, I would say fun, but not really fun, because this is not fun for me. It's not. Like I said, appearing on Side Scrollers yesterday was not going to be fun for me. It was something that I felt was necessary. And This is definitely necessary based on their actions today, basically.
It's their fault I have to
I'm
do
gonna be
this,
as civil as
guys. It's never
possible.
my
I'm going to
fault.
actually reveal some stuff here you guys are not aware of. All right, and basically that's that.
Oh
That's
yeah,
all
he
I'm
went
doing forever.
full blank from what I
Let's see
saw on
what I mean by
Twitter.
that. Okay, we're going to have some interesting developments tonight, and basically you're going to be very. Let me put it this way: this whole situation has been, man, it's hard to explain without spoiling. I can't tell you yet. We have to wait. I don't want to spoil. Let me put it this way: the best way I can put it is this: everything has gone according.
Is thus.
That's all I have to say.
According to plan,
That's
what
I
the
will
fuck?
say. Now wait.
We had no plan for
People
this.
to join, and then we'll get started. Okay. That's all I have to say. If you would like to support the stream.
Your plan was to become a regular guest on Side Scrollers, talking about video games or playing Mario Kart, and maybe finally having friends again. That did not happen because they gave you every chance in the world to tell the truth and you refused. DSP, take a screenshot of your phone and send it to me. Nah, I can't do that. Why? It's gonna be literally just me looking at it. But the trolls! Trolls have absolutely nothing to do with this. Just take a screenshot of your phone and send it to me. But I can't because of the trolls. Lost a chance.
Tonight, by all means, thank you. Anything is appreciated.
Yeah, Zark
whether
took
it's
his
super
own
chat,
hell.
membership, a tip, everything is appreciated here. I forgot to open up my tips thing. Oops. There we go. Let me load that. So that's there. Everything is appreciated tonight. You know, this is a normal stream by all means, meaning I'm going to interact with you guys. If you contribute in every way, I'm going to give you a shout out or whatever. But when you see exactly what this is,
anything but
you're gonna figure
normal.
this out, okay? Fair enough? Derek, it's all good. Thanks for at least stopping by. I'll see you tomorrow for the show, right? DSP versus the internet sounds good to me. Do you think this will be my highest attended stream on DSP Reacts? What do you anyone have running odds? How many people did I have on my first stream here? When I first announced it, the surprise stream that I did like a month ago, how many people did I have on that one? I can tell you after, because after the streams run, it runs analytics and everything, and then you can check. So I'll check for you guys. I'll place you a little tomorrow, I should know. This is the highest viewed stream I'll ever have here.
I don't know if I have Call of Duty. I don't have too many people
Andy
in my
Johnson,
Discord
thank you
because
for
I don't
super
use
chat.
Discord
Welcome
that
to my Rich
often.
Stream. Yeah, you know, basically yesterday.
Probably
stream,
use it
anything,
more than I
like,
do.
Really came out of that stream. I will admit that Craig gave me a couple suggestions. Well, one of the suggestions that he said. Well, again, I don't want to spoil.
Oh, this is not only just top.
See, I keep getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of
For
myself.
the top 10 worst. This is number one, obviously, 2023. But this is top number one probably for the past decade. Maybe the fappening would be worse, but
okay.
Just the way that he's reacting to other people
on one
is
of my
just
streams.
fantastic.
I don't know if it would be like an actual. He calls in, like you know what I mean, like an actual we're camera to camera just having a conversation one night. I think I'd be okay with that. I think that would actually be quite nice and cordial if we.
I love how he hates RTU. Doesn't want anything to do with Rich, and now all of a sudden, of course he can come on my show, guys. I love Rich.
Okay.
Nort.
Whoa, hold on a second here. Andy, did I get you on the leaderboard? I didn't. So Andy did that super chat. And then Carrot Blanca gifted 5 memberships. Congratulations to the following people. Thank you, Carrot Blanca, for supporting this community. We've got Anthony, Electric Connor, Cornville Canopy Man, Marvy Martian, and Redman21, who all just got a gifted membership. So with that means we jumped up by 5, back up to 72. It looks like there were like 10 memberships that were probably gifted the day that I launched this channel a month ago, and they have expired. But, you know.
Short of Cat divorcing him, this is obviously number one for the year.
Awesome. Andy, thank you for that super chat.
Not for the 20s.
Okay. Over 700 people in climbing. When should I start? Should I keep waiting or should I start? It's like, do I start or do I start? Did they miss the first few minutes? You know, how many more people are coming, do you think? Because again, I'm telling you right now, this is not actually React stream like it was supposed to be. It might still have React in it, but it's not actually what I thought it was going to be. Okay?
Because you watched the video beforehand. Don't forget, he always watches the video he's going to call to react to beforehand.
Or was it 14? It was probably like 2010. Who sent me this mug? I still use it to this day. I absolutely love it. It is my favorite mug ever, and I will probably use it until it breaks. I love that E-Tank mug, man. Who just did who did that? I can't see it. It didn't load in my dashboard here yet, so I can't see it. No, it's not an Enron mug. And what made you think Enron? The first thing you see when you see this, you think Enron? Who even thinks of Enron anymore? It's an energy tank from Mega Man, dude. Oh my goodness. Talk about not knowing your retro stuff. Mishael, thank you for re-upping your membership. He says, let's do it. Thank you, Mishael. I can't believe you just...
This is going to be fantastic.
I think of L. Ron
I love
Hubbard.
how he's stalling.
Makes you think of L. Ron
just
Hubbard.
Stall. I don't want to be Mr. Stall. Wait a minute, even do a react. Like
Arkham says it was me. I was only 2 years old at the time. Oh, how nice.
You're on DSP Reacts,
what is
but you might not do a react.
Capcom 1?
What the fuck are you talking about, DSP?
Hands down. Willow, I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Me too, Kagome. Kagome, you and I are of like mind on this. Kagome just says, when can we just go back to the normal schedule? When can we stop with this? Tonight.
Anytime he wants, because it's his
like
channel.
I might do a random stream with like Rich. I actually would like to just have a nice, chill conversation one night with Rich. Just chilling with him. Just having, you know, being civil to each other. I think that would be very nice. I would like to do that.
After all the shit you said about Rich, really?
I think we're gonna do normal content this whole week, probably all the way into next week. All right, I had enough of this. There we go. I received $1 tip.
Terrible, Darkwing. Love my PS5, Luis. How you doing?
Chris Saturn is asking, does he and Snowcraw have a chance for a sleepover or something? No, you don't. No. I'm just going to matter-of-factly answer. No, there's no chance of a sleepover, Chris Saturn. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's probably a little drunk at this point already. Raw DSP, what's going on? Huh. What the?
All right?
There we go.
We might not even have to watch the show.
Watching this on Raw DSP,
all right?
so...
I got it set up and ready to go, but that might not even be what this is.
Was that an Odyssey thing that just happened, or what? I don't know.
See what you guys have to say, too, because this is, like, you
I
guys
might
know
play Kakarot eventually.
I'm sure everyone's going to have
I
opinions.
don't think keep having DLC come out for it, so...
You know, they're taking questions and everything, and I'm down for that. I am. What's up, Jade? How you doing? Good to see you tonight. Bloom Kid, don't worry about it. Again, we're getting ahead of ourselves here, are we not? There's a reason I'm doing this stream tonight, and it wasn't supposed to be, you know, what it is. That's for sure. I was supposed to be playing Wolong tonight. Or, excuse me, Wolong. I keep saying Wolong when I mean to say, like a Dragonesian. I don't know how I get the two confused. They're completely different. But,
yeah, they're not that different.
Thank you, Bloom Kid, for the super chat. But, no, we're not supposed to be doing this tonight. But we're doing it, and this is the end of it for me. This is really, it's time to, you know, move on.
This is the end.
Get back to normalcy. We got a lot of
the
fun stuff
only
coming up
end,
next
my
week.
friend.
You know what I mean? Like we finished. Thank goodness we finished Hogwarts today. We got Resident Evil 4 on Friday. We got a special react event next weekend. We got a lot of stuff going on. That's positive stuff to talk about in my own content, in my own zone, and not having to put up with internet drama shit. That's for sure. Can I hurry up because you need to fart, Wonder McThunder? I give you permission to release. You can release the cheeks. Let's see here. Everything sports coverage is super chats. Are you pissed? Well, look, there's a difference between you're pissed or you're just sadly disappointed because it was exactly what you thought it was.
Not mad, I'm just disappointed, guys.
You know what I'm saying?
That didn't believe on my bullshit.
There's a difference. Like, I could be ripping pissed. I probably have grounds to be ripping pissed, but I'm at to the point where... Is that too long? Oh, no. Oh, my God, that's long. I wonder if that's going to make the bar too long. Let's see here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we started, didn't it?
We're going to talk about it tonight. Don't worry. What's up, Joe, man? He re-upped his membership this week. Has been crazy. It has? Not really. This is only 2 days, and after this, like I said, enough of this shit. Back to normalcy, correct? Oh, no, John, you're going to understand what I mean. He says,
I'm sure it's something to do with Odyssey that screwed up.
I really don't have to. I actually don't have to. I'll explain. Don't worry. Remember, this stream, I just told you, originally first of all, this was supposed to be a gameplay stream on DSP Gaming. Then it became a React stream.
I think it's partly
now it might not even be a React stream.
They made,
okay,
on the first stream with him on, it was over $2,000 or close to $2,000.
Well, good.
Then after that, they made their after stream, whatever they were, they made more money. I'm not seeing any of that money, guys. It's bullshit. I don't get to see any of it.
What was it?
Help!
The David Lynch version of anime, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it does. Thank you, Anime Slayer.
Yeah, it doesn't help that they made a ton of money off his back, and he didn't get to see a penny of it.
Okay.
Okay, guys, here's the part where you tip me.
What's up, Isaiah? Good evening. I'm just letting everyone see, before we start, I'm just letting everyone file in. We got a good look at this audience tonight. Thank you, the marvelous audience here tonight on DSP Reacts. I welcome you all. How are y'all doing? Hope you're ready for some, well, I would say fun.
Hopefully that was the only
really
screw up
it's not fun for me.
Raw had on.
Like I said,
Odyssey, because I didn't watch this beforehand because I wanted to watch this live with you. Like how you're supposed to do a React, but I watch the video beforehand.
Based on their actions today, basically. But I'm going to be as civil as possible, and I'm going to actually reveal some stuff here you guys are not aware of. All right? And basically that's that. That's where I'm going to leave it forever.
You got a PS5 2 Phantom? Awesome. What'd you get for it?
Interesting developments tonight. And basically you're going to be very... Let me put it this way.
Rock Light, how's it going?
This situation has been... Man, it's hard to explain without spoiling. I can't tell you yet. We have to wait.
Because you watched the video beforehand, which means it's not a React. Which is why I didn't watch this video beforehand, because I'm trying to do a React to it.
Everything has gone according to plan. That's all I have to say.
You have no
That's what I would
plan.
say. Now wait a few more minutes for a few more people to join.
Your plan was to join them on their podcast as regular guests and talk about
If you'd like to
games
support the
and
stream tonight, by all
play
means,
Mario
thank you.
Kart.
Anything is appreciated.
And they ruined it
Super
because they
chat
didn't believe your
membership.
bullshit lies.
Everything is appreciated here. I forgot to open up my tips thing. Oops. There we go. Let me load that.
You dag, how's it going?
Everything is appreciated tonight.
Yeah, no.
You know,
Heck, a guy at work,
by all means.
you wanted to play
I'm gonna
Flight
interact with
Simulator
you
like
guys.
you used to do back in the day. It's like,
do a shout out or whatever.
get the
But
Series
when you
X,
see
man.
exactly
They
what
got,
this
or
is,
Series S.
You're gonna figure this out.
Get Game
okay?
Pass. Well, I got
Fair
the
enough.
best Flight Simulator out there. So that's what he did. He had to have me help
It's
him
all
set
good.
it
Thanks for
up.
at least stopping by. I'll see you tomorrow for the show, right? DSP versus the internet sounds good to me. Do you think this will be my
I love
highest
having
attended
old
stream on
people with
DSP Reacts?
technology.
What do you anyone
Like,
have running
yes,
odds?
not be
How
left
many
in the
people did I have on my
past.
first stream here? When I first announced it, the surprise stream that I did like a month ago, how many people did I have on that one? I can tell you after, because after the streams run, it runs analytics and everything, and then you can check. So I'll check for you guys. I'll picture a little tomorrow. I should know that this is the highest viewed stream I'll ever have here.
Oh, it's a
I think
DSP
Imran will
React
get an email from me.
video,
Go
so
ahead
it's
and
got to
do
be
that.
charged,
Andy
dude.
Johnson, thank you for the super chat.
Gotta tip him, and super chat and memberships.
Yeah, you know, basically yesterday's stream, if anything like really good came out of that stream, I will admit that Craig gave me a couple suggestions. Well, one of the suggestions that he said, well, again, I don't want to spoil. I'm getting, see, I keep getting ahead of myself.
That Adam
I'm
gave
getting ahead of
you.
myself. I'm going to spoil what we're about to talk about.
This is how you
Hold on one
don't
second.
game. Then set up a box of tissues behind you to own the meme.
Okay. I would like to have Rich on one of my streams. I don't know if it would be like an actual he calls in, like you know what I mean, like an actual we're camera to camera just having a conversation one night. I think I'd be okay with that. I think that would actually be quite nice and cordial if we just had a conversation with each other one night as a random stream. But I think that would be fine. But we'll talk about that, okay? Whoa, hold on a second here. Andy, did I get you on the leaderboard? I didn't. So Andy did that super chat. And then Carrot Blanca gifted 5 memberships. Congratulations to the following people. Thank you, Carrot Blanca, for supporting this community. We've got Anthony, Electric Connor, Cornville Canopy Man, Marvy Martian, and Redman21, who all just got a gifted membership. So with that, that means we jumped up by 5, back up to 72. It looks like there were like 10 memberships that were probably gifted the day that I launched this channel a month ago, and they have expired. But, you know, with that, we're already back up to 72. I think the highest we had was 77. So we're almost back up to the record, which is awesome.
Well, another nervous
Andy, thank you for that super
breakdown.
chat earlier. We'll get you on the leaderboard, okay? Over 700 people in climbing. When should I start? Should I keep waiting or should I start? It's like, do I start or do I start? Did they miss the first few minutes? You know, how many more people are coming, do you think? Because again, I'm telling you right now, this is not actually React stream like it was supposed to be. It might still have React in it, but it's not actually what I thought it was going to be, okay? It's different.
He's not going to do a React
Change.
video on his React channel. Imagine that.
Shout out to the fan who, like,
Well, he's
14
very,
years
very
ago,
not
it wasn't
happy.
14, it was probably like 2010, who sent me this mug. I still use it to this day. I absolutely love it. It is my favorite mug ever, and I will probably use it until it breaks. I love the E-Tank mug, man. Who did that? I can't see it. It didn't load in my dashboard here yet, so I can't see it. No, it's not an Enron mug. And what made you think Enron? The first thing you see when you see this, you think Enron?
If I was any good at
Who
racing
even
games,
thinks
that'd be
of
top of
Enron
my...
anymore? It's an energy tank
wish
from
list,
Mega
but I
Man,
just
dude.
suck
Oh
at
my
racing
goodness.
games.
Talk about not knowing your retro stuff. Mishael, thank you for re-upping your membership. He says, let's do it. Thank you, Mishael. I can't believe you just... he said Enron mug. I think of L. Ron Hubbard. Oh, yeah, an E makes you think of L. Ron Hubbard. Of course it does. Wow. Arkham says it was me. I was only 2 years old at the time. Oh, how nice. How'd you afford the postage? What is the best character in Marvel vs. Capcom? 1? Marvel vs. Capcom 1? Strider hear you. Hands down. Willow, I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Me too, Kagome. Kagome, you and I are of like mind on this. Kagome just says, when can we just go back to the normal schedule? When can we stop?
Never.
Tonight. I promise you, this is it. I might, like I said, I might do a random stream with like Rich. I actually would like to just have a nice, chill conversation one night with Rich. Just chilling with him. Just having, you know, being civil.
On your channel, so
I think that
you
would
can
be very
control
nice.
the narrative.
But outside
and
of that,
ban him if he says anything you don't like.
I think
Gotcha,
we're
DSP.
gonna do normal content this whole week, probably all the way into next week. All right, I had enough of this. There we go. I received a $1 tip. Let's see here. Chris Saturn is asking, does he and Snowcraw have a chance for a sleepover or something? No, you don't. No. I'm just going to matter-of-factly answer. No, there's no chance of a sleepover, Chris Saturn. I'm sorry. Actually, like, watch. So he might be watching. Okay. Descrub did a $2 tip after the interview. This will be the last time I ever tip you. You have manipulated me. Excellent. Very nice. Thank you, Descrub. I don't even know what you're talking about. I really have
He
no
was
idea.
probably
what
being
he's thinking of,
sarcastic, DSP.
But
He's
thank
telling
you
a
for tipping
joke.
me to tell me you're never going to tip
He's
me. I
making
really
fun of
appreciate
you.
when people pay me to say I will never pay you. It usually works out well, and it's kind of one-sided in my favor, I would say. I'm not so sure, Here, I'm gonna put you up there. Top tipper of the night. That's a little bit of a one-sided. Wow. Wowza. Wowza. No, I can't get Craig on because I didn't set anything up. I didn't confirm with him that he would want to come on either. I don't know if he's actually watching tonight or not. I'm just saying. I invited him. I don't know if he'll be here or not. But I wasn't preparing to do anything like this. If I would have done an interview. I have to mess around. What it is there's a software that they use for side scrollers, and I dabbled a little bit with it myself, preparing for the Side Scrollers podcast. So I kind of like it, and I'm thinking I might try to work with it and figure it out. So, no, Reeeacts I want to have a conversation with, but he wasn't going to be like calling in tonight. I wanted to maybe just have him in the chat tonight to talk to him, but he said he can't make it because of his family, and I was like, that's totally cool. I get it, man. Totally get it.
How dare you deny you the chance to give me more money?
Anal Yard. That is an interesting name. Did a super chat says an AI? No, an Al. Get it? Anal, but he separated it. I'm so stupid. I didn't realize that's what he said. Mac did a super chat. He says, I'm not going to pay you either, Phil. Thank you, Mac, for sending me a super chat and not paying me. I really appreciate that. Thank you so very much. That's a very nice message. What is... Okay, Mac.
Yeah, that's when part 2 is going to be.
I know you're joking.
Which is obviously going to be never at this point, but...
Joking. I get it. Okay. Shall we start? We're over 800 and climbing. Dude, should I wait till we hit 1,000 to start? I mean, at this rate, we're going to hit 1,000 if I wait longer. I don't want to wait longer. I'd like to get started, but we're almost at 1,000 now. We're at 815 and it keeps going up. 829. I waited 5 seconds and it increased by like 15 more.
He thinks, right, this is it, guys. This is how I'm going to make all my money today. Yay! With 1,000 people watching.
I was gonna do gameplay tonight. Then, what am I doing? I'm still getting ahead of myself.
You can still have 1,000 people watching.
Talk about.
Doesn't mean they're going to give you money,
DSP. I don't know
DSP.
that's happened behind the scenes that I want to talk about tonight. So you're going to know about it, and you deserve to know about it, especially after that interview yesterday.
This is all the trolling.
And what happened this morning, which I didn't have no idea about. I went into my first stream today completely not expecting anything, and basically got blindsided by my viewers spamming me with a bunch of stuff that I didn't know about. And I was like, nah, I don't think that happened. Or maybe, maybe you guys are being, harsh or whatever. But then my wife watched it. She was watching it. And then she told me exactly what happened. Oh, okay. Well, I haven't seen it yet. I personally have not seen it yet. But that's actually, originally that's what this was going to be. And then something else happened. Yes. Originally this was supposed to be me reacting.
Errol, how's it going?
Set up.
I've been streaming, just, I guess, been missing me, huh?
See, I got it set up here. This is what it was going to be. This is going to be my stream tonight. But now I actually don't know if we're doing this or not. I guess it depends on how things go. Right? Get rid of
it's your React channel where you're supposed to be reacting to a video, but now you're not going to react.
Right now, there would be about
bullshit.
In the chat, so we're not doing that. Okay, I take it back. We have 600.
She's downstairs crying, guys.
770? So we'd have like 750 bots. Spamming the chat with probably like, racist stuff to get me banned. So we're not doing that. Okay.
I have 1,000 people that all new, but they can't chat because I refuse to open up the chat to Dirty Rotten Trolls.
Jade, you don't need to have a membership here. Absolutely not, sir. You get a membership wherever you think you like it. You like it, right? So Pepe is actually the top super chat, or the latest super chatter. We're at 850 viewers. Dude, we got to get started. All right, we're going to get started. Let me just update the leaderboard. I swear we're going to get started now. This is ridiculous. Usually I wait for it to like level out. It's like not leveling out, so I better just get the show on the road. I got a $2 tip.
Is that money to pay his bills?
They're planning on doing a review on
that
the
he can't show you
on demand. I would like to see it in theaters with my wife, but we've already talked about it, and we don't want to go when it's new because we think there'd be way too many people, and it would be a pain in the ass. When a movie is new and you get so many people crammed in there, you get people making noise and babies crying and shit, Probably wait a couple weeks, maybe by like the end of April we can go see it, and then I can review it. I would definitely like to see it. It's probably like it's definitely the most interesting movie to hit theaters in a while. Dave Baxter says, wait until $50 in tips. Wait a minute. Oh, hold on. I forgot. We haven't hit $50 in tips yet, so I have to turn the camera off. When we hit $50 in tips, I'll turn the camera on for you guys. That's what that's what the popular streamers do these days, right? Sorry, I was making a joke. Okay. It's probably a bad joke. All right. Are we waiting now? Are we ready now? We're 879 viewers are climbing. Good Lord. You guys are insane. All right, you ready? Because drama sells. And such bullshit that it does. I don't want to do this anymore. Tonight's the end of this. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Phil here, doing something that I didn't want to do, something that I didn't plan on doing whatsoever. All right, tonight is a stream that's completely random.
But it's your channel, so you can do whatever you want. So if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it.
Like, I just want to get back to normality around here, but I'm not allowed to. So it's all right. Tonight, I basically am going to do something. I'm going to put an end to a lot of stuff tonight, for once and for all, because basically I found myself in a situation that, I'll be honest with you, I'm not surprised I'm in this situation, but at the very same time, I'm disappointed, for sure. But let's just say that
I'm not
this
mad,
was
I'm
not
just
a shock to the board. This was
disappointed.
something that has taken me by, oh my god, I can't believe it. Nor was it not something that I had already planned. Because I pretty much knew what was going on all along. But let us begin, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, today's
He has
Friday,
no choice
March
because he
17th,
has to do
2023.
this.
Yesterday, I appeared on a podcast called Side Scroll.
Doing all right, JDX. How you doing, buddy?
A lot of people like to call it an interrogation. I will call it an interview because that's what it was scheduled to be, and I feel like, you know, that's what it basically was. To give you the quick backstory, I am a fan of an old website called Reeeacts.com from the mid-2000s. This website used to put out daily gameplay content way before YouTube even really was a big thing, and they used to have a podcast on there called Side Scrollers. And I loved it. I listened to Side Scrollers. I used to listen to all the content, or watch all the content on the site. I was fans of those guys. I went out and met the people from Reeeacts.com at a convention called MagFest in 2007. This was long before I was ever a YouTuber, okay? They were awesome people. But when I became a YouTuber, I kind of lost touch with them. Never really watched their content anymore. I was too busy making my own.
I tried to
content.
anyways.
I was watching a lot of people's content.
Errol.
I was friendly with a guy named Stuttering Craig. He was one of the two, at the time, one of the two
You
owners
were
of
friends.
the sole owner of the company. And he was running a convention in 2013 called
When I go to ColossalCon and they had the voice actors from the Tony Hawk Underground playing the game, doing the voice acting while taking questions, do I say we were friends? Guys, we were at the same convention together. That means we're friends, right? Nah. They probably don't even know I exist. Even though I was in like the first 2 rows and asked them a couple questions. You really think they're gonna remember me? No. We're not friends. Just because you're at the same convention, jackass.
13, called Screw Attack Gaming Convention. And so, they're looking for guests. I reached out, said I'd like to be a guest. And, you know, now I'm a YouTuber. Here I am years later, used to be a big fan of yours. And now I'm a YouTuber. Can I be a guest? And you know, Craig was super nice, nothing but cordial. One of the nicest guys literally I've ever met. And at that time, the internet was starting to turn against me with that whole this is how you don't play movement. And to have someone who was actually being nice to me was a rarity.
Stop claiming this is how you don't play ruined you. You ruined you.
All right? And it's been a decade. A lot changes in a decade.
DSP screwed DSP.
Craig emailed
Or Snark, how's it going?
Which is nice of him to actually figure out that there's ways to contact people via business emails. Publicly, but
exactly, Darkwing.
That tonight, I guess, someone else. Anyway,
Greg is
so
BFFs with Big Foley. Awesome.
Early February, I would say. And it tells me, you know, I'm rebooting Side Scrollers, and your name came up as one of the earlier people that we'd like to have on the show as a guest. Would you like to be on the show? I took a look. And
this is from last night, Yuri.
You know, this would be interesting.
I had to sleep because I had a job to go to today.
I had it up to here with the internet. The internet had completely been flooded with people who wanted to dump on me. Okay, talking shit about me, constantly regurgitating the exact same memes that they've been regurgitating about me for 5 years. Oh, we have evidence of this and that and this and that, and it's not true. All right, that's the whole thing in this whole situation is the things that people are saying about me are either completely untrue or partially untrue, with the actual truth being so ridiculously not what they're saying it is. That
not Mr. Sacco.
You get fed up. And for a while, I just ignored it. Every once in a while, I would mention something on my stream sometimes. As I said yesterday, sometimes it's a little white lie, right? Like, instead of admitting that I'm playing a certain mobile game, say, I just don't play it at all. Why? It doesn't affect my streams. Why would I even bring it up or whatever? So anyway, you know, all these memes going on, people always dropping me in a negative light, and it actually irked me. You know, Moist Critical had said in one of his videos that he felt like I was one of the biggest e-beggars and all of this, and it pissed me off.
Because you are an e-beggar.
So I said I would change my style, my content, and everything. I'd try to do it less, right? And at that point,
I
said,
if
people want to really talk shit about me, why won't they interview me? Why won't someone interview me? I want someone to interview me. Just give me a fair shake to talk to me. And if we have a fair conversation, at least I can tell you my side of the story, right? So, originally I was working with a couple big YouTubers on possibly doing this. It never came to fruition because what ended up happening was, essentially what it was going to end up being was
they want to give you money for the interview, so you refuse to do it?
I fill on the internet, the highs and lows and everything. And after kind of working through that and talking with a couple people, I was like, you know, I really don't want to do that right now. It's too much for me. Especially now this year, I wanted to kind of, you know, change some things up. And, essentially...
A little white lie. Lying on my bankruptcy, committing perjury, claiming bankruptcy while still spending tens of thousands of dollars on WWE champions is a little white lie. No. Little white lie is, no, honey, I didn't get you anything special for your birthday. I just got you what you wanted, nothing special. And then actually getting her, oh, remember on our first date when we went here? And you mentioned that you really wanted to get this, but at the time you just couldn't afford it. Well, guess what, honey? I remember that from our first date. I got it for you. Oh, that's so nice and sweet and special. That's what I like lying that you're not going to get her anything special and then actually getting her something extremely special for her birthday. What I lie is not lying and committing perjury on bankruptcy forms.
Essentially, I wanted to continue to change and listen to my audience and do better content. I can't open a whole new channel called DSP Reacts and focus on React content and reviews and things if I'm embroiled in making a freaking documentary about myself. You understand? So I actually turned down the offers that I got from multiple different people and said, I'm going to move on from this. It's not a big deal.
Because they refuse to pay you.
When side scrollers, I should say actually Stuttering Craig, when he excuse me, I'm completely misspeaking. When Stuttering Craig emailed me in February,
God,
that's
you're
not what
drunk
he
as
offered me. He
shit.
said, hey, let's do an interview. He said, let's have you as a guest on our show. And to that I said, yes, let's do it. After he announced publicly that I was going to be on the show on March 1st, which I advised him not to. I outright told him, don't do this. This will not be good.
Told him, don't advertise the video, dude. Don't advertise it.
Against my advice. When he did it, the internet blew up. Oh my God, Phil's going to be on a show? Phil never goes on a show. I can't believe Phil's on the show. So what happens is all of my detractors, who make it literally the reason for their existence on the internet is to regurgitate the horrible negative memes about me and profit from it. Like, literally, that's what they do. There's entire channels and businesses based off of hating on Darkside Phil on YouTube. We all know this. This is
yes, there's an entire business on this DSP.
There's a cycle of drama on YouTube that makes profit for everybody, correct?
Make fun of DSP.
So they all reach out to him.
Everyone knows about that company. This is a top Fortune 500 company.
He explains it all, basically. It's like, whoa, I'm so blindsided. I didn't expect that this was going to happen when I invited Darkside Phil onto the show, right? It's what I warned him about, but he didn't listen to me. He didn't actually take it seriously, okay? So he gets bombarded, and all of a sudden, he's seeing a lot of attention that he's never seen before. Keep in mind, the Side Scrollers podcast has just started.
Yes, the Victim Show
on
live.
average, is pulling in between, I say around 200 viewers a show live. You know, afterwards you get a few thousand viewers every day on your show, you know, with the on-demand views or whatever. So it's not a huge podcast. It's not a tiny podcast by any means. It's not like 2 viewers, but you know, it's a growing podcast. It's a work in progress.
It's more viewers than you get, DSP.
Which is very respectable, trying to bring it back after that long hiatus. And so he basically sees, oh, here's all these people who are now interested all of a sudden in my show, and they're basically telling me you absolutely must grill Phil. You can't just have Phil on your show as a guest. You have to grill Phil because we don't like him, and here's the reasons why, and here come all the memes, right? So Craig is bombarded with these memes for 2 weeks. He contacts me again. He basically says, you know, well, actually, I think I wrote to him. I said, I saw on the show today we were harassed basically by these people or whatever, and, you know, I told you this was going to happen. And he basically says, yeah, in light of this, we want to do an interview. We don't want to have it be you a guest on the show like we normally have. Normally what their show is, it's a variety show. There's segments. There'd be a segment about news. There'd be a segment about everyone just shooting the shit. They have segments about all people's collectibles at their house and what they do, and they show their collectibles. You know, fun stuff like that. Gaming and pop culture. It's a great show in that regard. So he says, I want you on as an interview instead. We have to basically have you on as an interview because I don't see how we can just have you on as a standard guest with all the hate against you on the internet. And I agreed to it. I'm like, yeah, I'm down for this. This is exactly what I wanted to do, you know, months ago. And I actually felt that these guys would be a good neutral party to actually.
But it's not a good neutral party.
Essentially, do the interview because
it was a great neutral party
in either making me look bad or good.
It was a fantastic neutral
party. That's the problem. Is I was wrong. I didn't understand.
Side Scrollers was probably going to be the best thing he could have ever gotten for him, and he still found a way to fuck it up.
And until basically, I found out exactly what was going on, which I have now. But they did have vested interest. It sucks that they did because I didn't know that they did. Okay. So, you know, for the last 2 weeks, I'm under the impression that I'm going into this interview, and it's going to be a very long, very grilling interview. I'm going to give them my undivided attention. I gave them unlimited time, and I said, you can ask me absolutely, positively anything. Anything. Okay? Anything. I don't care what it is. Just ask it. And that way I can answer it. And we actually have a place where I've answered all
It's amazing how you can chew a liquid like that.
That's been said about me over the years.
I'm about to take a drink of water. Guess what? I'm not going to chew it.
It's going to be a show where if it's going to be a very long show, they're likely going to be doing segments about all the stuff. I thought for sure they'd be bringing back the racist stuff I said in 2010. You know, how I got banned from all these different.
Instead, they brought up how you said racist stuff like 6 months ago, 8 months ago, whatever it was. They're going to bring up from 13 years ago, guys, not last year. How dare they bring up all the racist stuff I said last year?
Different services and things and how that worked out. You know, the history of me essentially making mistakes on YouTube and, you know, all of that. All right, that's exactly what I thought. And I thought it was.
Yeah, they were neutral until they interviewed him.
Like through the history of all the messed up stuff.
Like he's acting like he did nothing wrong. Like I went on their podcast, I thought we were gonna have a good time. And then I kept lying to them about everything, and I kept not. I don't want to answer that question, so I'm gonna talk for 20 minutes. And he goes, "Oh no, DSP, that's not what we're asking. We're asking you this. Like, what was it? DSP, your business expenses. What are your business expenses? I got Hulu, my house, my HOA fee. No. We don't care about all your expenses. We care just about the business fees. But these are all my fees. Like, we don't care about all your bills. We just care about the business expenses. Where the fuck are you getting 5K business expenses from? But I got Hulu and HOA fees. Like, we're not asking about that. And they finally dropped it because he just refused to answer.
And what it would be is it would tell a narrative. A narrative of how over the years I make mistakes. People call me out for the mistakes, right? I either really failed to live up to that and improve, or I did in some cases. But essentially that's what I thought it was kind of going to be. Okay. But that's not what it turned out being. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay. But so yeah, so you know that was where it was left, and I was assured by Craig that there was not going to be any doxing, there was not going to be any harm to my family or anything like that as a result of being on the show or anything like that whatsoever. Now, you got to be a little skeptical because as we're getting closer and closer to this interview, I start getting wind that you know that Craig is like directly talking to all of your detractors every day. Like he's talking to It's a Gundam. He's talking to these people who literally have entire giant
It's a Gundam,
series
shout out.
that are all monetized and profitable, and the reason why they go down this rabbit hole is to make money. It's stupid, but that's why they do it. They know that the day that they talk about dark side feeling negative light, it's big dollars for them because people like this internet drama, and that's who he's talking to. Okay, I'm like, no, I'm not aware of that. I figured he was bombarded by detractors or whatever, but what can you do, right? I mean, it's public record. He's talking with them on Twitter and everything, right? So basically, I'm going into the interview, and I'm trusting Craig. I am. Stuttering Craig, the owner of Reeeacts, and now the person who runs Side Scrollers. I'm trusting this is going to be a fair interview. This is going to be unbiased, right? This is going to be neutral. That's a good journalistic interview, is a neutral interview, a neutral stance. You ask questions, you get answers.
There's the business expenses that he says he doesn't know anything about. I don't know how the
interview.
I don't know how my lawyer came up with those numbers. They get the numbers from you. Here's the thing. Let's say you go to someone to do your taxes, and then you get audited. And then it turns out your taxes are way wrong. Guess what? You're the one in trouble, not the person who does your taxes, because the person who does your taxes only gets the numbers that you give them. They only get the numbers that you give them. Therefore, if you give them the wrong numbers, they're not at fault. If you give them false information, they're not at fault. You are. Because you gave them the wrong information. So, gee, DSP, how did the bankruptcy lawyer come up with $5,000 in business expenses? It's the numbers that you gave them.
Lasted over 5 hours long. All right? I gave them 5.5. I even stayed extra to help out their patrons because their patrons get extra. I stayed extra as a favor to them.
You stayed extra so you can try and beg these people to give you more money.
Said I will stay late. All right? It's by far the most popular.
Oh, his channel's gonna go down like a.
All right, and I'm talking
the
about
Hindenburg at this
I'm
point.
not talking about back in the day. I'm sure Reeeacts probably had way popular stuff. I'm talking about the modern era. By far, you're talking 30,000+ views in less than 24 hours. The thing blew up and is getting bigger and bigger. You know, everyone clipping it, restreaming it, talking about it, getting a buzz. From what I'm gonna understand, okay.
Nothing wrong, Lord Snark. He did everything correct, right?
You guys did. I couldn't see the stream chat. Like I purposely was not in the stream chat at all or paying any attention to it. I have no idea what happened. They made thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars on that show. Okay? Who did they make it from? The detractors. The detractors were there. And every time that basically they were asking a prying question or, you know, twisting a little more, there was more contributions coming in. Okay? That's what I've been told. I didn't sit there and count the dollars as they came in. That's what I've been told from people who...
I did nothing, guys. Other people did all the work for me. Why does that sound so familiar? That other people did all the work for him. I wonder why that sounds so... Oh, because he never does anything himself. He always relies on others to do all the work for him.
Who actually were watching the stream, you could see it coming in. People were adding up to like, oh my god, it's thousands. That's thousands of dollars that came in. Okay?
And they made $1,900 just in super chats. Although that's before accounting
for overall, I talked about it on
the
DSP
fees, I do believe.
I felt that it was a fair interview because even though I'll admit, I think that Adam, who's one of the co-hosts, it was Adam and Craig that were interviewing me. I think that Adam was basically kind of very, very critical and or didn't believe me outright. I can tell you right now, I don't think Adam believed me at all.
He did not. No one else did either. Because you're a lying sack of shit.
I think he thinks that I lied about everything I said out of my mouth. It kind of seemed that way, didn't it? Craig seemed more neutral.
Because you did lie about everything that came out of your mouth.
Bad cop interview, correct? And it ended, and I did my own content for the rest of the day. I was fine doing it that way, and that's where everyone thinks it ended. Okay. Now, actually, that's not the case, and that's actually one of the things we're going to talk about tonight. Is what actually happened. Okay. Because that
actually happened.
We have to talk about actually some of the topics discussed during that interview.
Here's more bullshit coming to you.
You guys don't know this, so I'm going to tell you right now. All right. One of the major things that happened during that podcast was discussion about a part 2, and that I would be back to keep answering questions because I felt
that's not happening now.
But we already went 5 hours. They're out of time. Fine. We don't have to keep going. We'll have a follow-up. All right. So I'm under the impression if you're gonna do a follow-up, right, you're gonna save further discussion about Dark Side Phil for the follow-up. You want and it was said at the end of the show. You guys didn't hear this. It was off camera or whatever. But basically, it would be about a month or longer until there would be a part 2. That it would be at least like mid to late April, maybe early summer. It depended on their schedule. But they were very interested in having me back for a part 2. That they wanted this to happen because I even said to them, I said, you know, there's a lot of stuff we didn't cover today. You really harped on certain things like the WWE Champions thing, the $5,000 expenses thing, which I still don't understand because we really didn't fully explain it. We can talk about that tonight. But anyway, you know, you harped on certain things. Then we had Keemstar on for like an hour, right? And it's like, so we kind of derailed. and we didn't really get to a lot of stuff that I think people would have liked to hear me address, okay? Or that I maybe would have liked to address. But after you're going for 5 hours, you forget about what you want to really talk about, correct? So that's where we left it, that it was supposed to be, I was going to do like a part 2, okay? But another big thing that happened during that interview was that there was...
Someone made this about Adam from the Side Scrollers podcast. It is fantastic.
Where I was told that if I were to send the actual screenshot of my...
I think my glasses are off, face rig. If I take my glasses off, the eyes stop doing that. But I don't wear my glasses, I can't see shit.
WWE Mobile Champion, WWE Champion's mobile game account. Can't even say it.
Ask DD, how's it going?
This fucking thing is so stupidly important to people. I can't even say the words. That if I sent the screenshot of my actual account,
which you refuse to do, and now it's too late because if you try to send it now, DSP this is clearly photoshopped and/or from someone, one of your fans' accounts or from CAD or something. Which here's the thing. Let's say, see guys, here's a screenshot of my WWE account. It's some new name. I don't know how you do it, but someone can look at that and be like, let's see, he's been playing it since it came out in 2017. That account was made 3 days ago. That is not your account, DSP. That account was made 3 days ago. Shut the fuck up.
Over to them, all right? Like live, I sent it to Craig, and it could just show that that's not my account.
Thank you, Motivation. I know, they're very
cute. That would be the end-all, be-all of it, right? Now, I explained to them, no, I'm not willing to do that right now live, okay? And there's various reasons for that, as I tried to explain. But basically, let me put it this way. Number one, did I trust Craig yesterday? About 98%, all right? I really did. I trusted Craig about 98%. I'm not saying I trusted him 100%. Maybe there's always a chance, right, that this guy's going to try to screw me over somehow, right? But 98% trusted him, and it's going to be a gamble, right? The other thing is you got to factor in other things. There's actually been
exactly. If it doesn't show the account during the interview.
I've sent things
someone that he trusts 98%.
Things that were out of their control.
Like, I wonder why he wouldn't do that.
You guys don't know this, but there was someone who I had sent something to, and their account got supposedly hacked. Did it really get hacked or not? I don't know. It could have been bullshit. They could have been lying. And then all of a sudden, there you go. Fucking stuff's out there, right? So I'm not saying that anyone was ready to hack Craig's email or anything. I'm just saying, these thoughts are going through my mind. It's not safe. Not 100% safe. Can I really trust this guy? Now, on the flip side of that, all right, as he's asking me to do this, all right, live on the show, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, I know that if I send this to this guy right now, the only person it may convince is him. That's it. That's literally it. And maybe his co-hosts, right? Because they believe him, or they'll say, Craig's not stupid. He'll be able to figure out if this is real or not, or whatever, right? But I don't think that sending that in any way, shape, or form would have actually made my detractors change their minds at all. That wasn't even why I went on the show. I didn't go on the show for the detractors at all. I just wanted to have one focal point where I've answered all of these questions. So now, if you want to hear my answers, go watch that show and leave me alone.
They're going to be his friends, guys. We're going to play Mario Kart together.
Every night answering questions about this shit, okay? I just wanted to be done with, right? So, in my mind, it's like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to send him stuff. I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it after the show, and I'm going to do it right. I'm going to make sure.
What difference does it make? If his account gets hacked, his account gets hacked. Whether you sent the screenshot during the stream or after the stream. It doesn't matter. The fuck are you talking about, DSP? If 3 weeks from now his account gets hacked, 3 weeks from now his account gets hacked. It doesn't matter when you sent the email if his account gets hacked. What does matter is during live on the stream, you say, alright, I'm going to take a screenshot of my phone, send it to you, and you do it right then and there. 99% chance that you're not sending a fake screenshot. You didn't have someone Photoshop a screenshot for you. You didn't have someone screenshot their own account and then send it to you to send it to Craig. The fact you didn't do it right then and there proves it's fucking yours.
That there's no way that people can say that I faked this. Because what if I...
Yeah, Craig said he'd delete the email afterwards.
It's photoshopped anyway. Phil was ready for that. Phil made a photoshopped, screen grab or whatever, right? You can say that too. You know what I'm saying? So I was going to say, definitive way to prove that what I'm sending him is real, all right? And I'm going to explain that in a moment, all right? So anyway, I didn't send him anything at all. Sent him nothing during the show. Let me clarify that. I did not send him anything during the show. When we ended the show, the discussion was, after 5.5 hours of me giving them my time, all right, and fielding every question, even Keemstar, and playing a stupid clip from It's a Gundam that was a waste of everybody's time, and fielding all the nonsense that happened, right? The agreement went, wow, that went well, you know what I'm saying? And now, let's go ahead and talk about the follow-up or whatever, which we agreed, maybe a month, month and a half, maybe we'll see, all right? So, after the show ended, I did my 90-minute post-show. I went downstairs and I ate dinner with my wife, all right? So now it's around 6 p.m., and I said, you know what? I think I am going to send him it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it to him so he knows I'm not faking. So for you guys might or might not know, because one of the questions that actually came up during the podcast, this is a really interesting one to me. They said to me, Craig said this specifically to me, how can you dispute all this when they say it's tied to your phone number? To which I said, how could it be tied to a phone number? I've never once, ever, on any mobile game I've ever played.
The line app that you use is tied to your bank account. Or not to your phone number. Blah. Which I pretty sure I posted on mine recently. Oh fuck, I'll just line app. Probably this one. 250 mark if I remember correctly. Here's me calling. This is an old video from over a year ago. Dang.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. Phil Burnell.
Gee, that sure sounds like it's still DSP's number. Even though he cried, it's not the same phone number anymore, guys. It's a different phone number, I swear. And yet, when you call that phone number, it still goes to his voicemail.
Played on my phone. Not once have I ever entered my phone number. It's all tied to your Apple ID or your game account, because Apple has a game account in your phone, right? That's the actual thing that determines your account, because you could have a completely different phone number but still have the same Apple ID, and therefore you can still have your same games that transfer between phones and stuff. That's how it works, right? So I didn't understand the question when they were saying that to me. It didn't make sense, because that doesn't, again, it's bullshit. It's stuff that detractors make up. Oh, it's tied to a phone number. Well, can you fucking prove that?
Yes.
Games aren't tied to phone numbers. They're not. They're tied to accounts, online accounts. So it doesn't make sense what they say. But again, don't question what they're saying. Question me, right? Anyway, so what I was going to do was I was going to send him my actual, Apple ID and my game account in my phone that lists every game I've ever played on that phone. Literally. Actually lists every single game that I've ever played. I'm serious. It was going to have all of that listed. All right? And it was going to prove...
Well, there's Lady Manual ban right there.
Because actually, I usually have used the same account in all these games, the same name and everything. You know what I'm saying? I was going to send him the screen grab from WWE Champions, and I was going to actually send him what we had talked about on the show. I was going to send him a screen grab to show it's the same account that I actually use in the new Street Fighter game that just came out. And I actually was going to take another screen grab of an older game.
Well, then why didn't you do that live on the stream?
I didn't even mention it on the show. I never mentioned it here. It's a game that I play. So here you go. Here's the same account that I use on all my games. Here it is. It could prove not only is there crossover between all of their games, but also here's the Apple ID it's tied to, and it shows the evidence. And here's the actual game account that's in the phone. I was going to send him literally all of that. Okay? And it was around 6 p.m. that I sat down after dinner with my wife on the couch, and I'm about to do this. So I email Craig, and I say to him, are you ready for this? Because now you're going to get the full story. You ready for this? Here's what actually happened.
See you, Barrel. Thanks for hanging out.
I'm tired of the bullshit. This is literally...
It's too late.
Ready? Hey, Craig, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on how the show went. I hope that this is a big benefit for you guys. If so, this might have actually been the only time in history my infamy has actually helped something. I know that you'll want to get back to normalcy, but I'm looking forward to hearing from you again about the possible next appearance. Now, what I did here is I shared some thoughts about what my viewers had been saying on my 90-minute decompress stream. Here you go. You ready? My viewers are telling me they think you and Adam were too harsh, but I disagree completely. As I told you on the podcast, you were nothing but fair. There is pretty much a 100% consensus that the Keemstar bit was intrusive, and it gave him free plugs for his own content, and it took away about an hour that could have been more on topic. I didn't mind, but that's the vibe my viewers are sharing with me. It would likely be best for a repeat appearance to just be us, to avoid people feeling that it's a surprise or a trick to shock me on the interview.
Trying to suck up an email.
The key part of this whole message.
But here's the thing,
how
it's
often
too
do you
late.
actually check this email? Because I'm 50-50 on showing you my Champions account, especially because of what Keemstar said on the show. If you don't know what Keemstar said, it doesn't matter what you send to Craig, it's too late. It's literally what he said. Makes no sense, but that's what he said. He says, I feel nobody. I said,
does
I
make sense.
Really believe, even if you vouch for me at this point, But I respect you, and I'm still considering it, despite the fact I'm incredibly scared that my info will once again and hurt me. Word for word, I just read it from my email. There it is. Okay. I sent that again at 6:18 p.m. yesterday. All right. So the show, my show ended at 4. I uploaded. I had dinner with my wife. Everything cleaned up. Sat down on the couch, and I sent it at 6:18. All right. There you go. Now, you might say, well,
the entire interview will be number one. JDX is going to be fantastic.
I'm not 100% trustworthy yet.
Like, you could do 2 top 10s.
I'm going to be right here tonight on the email.
One with just interview, then one with everything else.
Delete it, that way there's no risk. That's what we had said on the podcast, that if I'm going to send him all that information, he would immediately delete it. The moment it comes in, he would check it. Okay, there it is. There's the evidence. Got it. and immediately delete it, and it's safe, right? Because it's
So
gone.
then it wouldn't matter if
That's
his
the-
account
that's
got
what I
hacked, if
wanna
he's
know.
going to
So I
immediately
asked him,
delete it.
How often do you check this email? All right. I did not receive a response. Okay.
I mean, at least
So
it
today
doesn't
at
matter if he
5:45
gets his
p.m.
account hacked. It's been deleted.
All right. So we can pretend like that's where it was at that point. Okay. So I sent him that last night, 6:18 p.m. Zero response yesterday. No response at all at that email address. So last night I do a 2-hour level 1 podcast over on DSP Gaming. Of course, people are asking me more questions.
Yeah,
At that
he
point,
can't
I'm feeling
answer a
positive
phone
about it.
call
I'm like, hey,
offering him
you know, it's exactly how I wanted it to go.
$50,000.
People kept telling me on the podcast
Too much work to answer a
last
phone
night
call.
that Craig and Adam were unfair to me. I will say this publicly again. I don't think that's the case. I think it was that was exactly.
And they asked
how
him
I
to do a
expected the interview
FaceTime to
go.
prove it, and he
I
won't
really
do that
think
either.
That's exactly how it was supposed to go. Okay, I didn't think they were going to believe me and be blown away by the fact that I sat on there and I really couldn't show them the definitive evidence. But I had emailed Craig and said, I'm going to send you the evidence, basically. Are you
But it's
monitoring
too
this email?
late. Because now you got all this shit photoshopped
Read it
for you
word
by
for word,
OSC
you
or
guys.
your
I got
other
my email.
fans.
Okay? So anyway, that's where we left it. All right? Overnight, nothing happens. In the morning, apparently they turn on their show. Now, here's where the bullshit starts. Okay? They had advertised all week long that on Friday we're going to do a decompression stream from the Dark Side Phil interview. We're all going to be playing Mario Kart together. It's going to be the whole show. It's going to be fun gameplay of us kind of messing around and playing Mario Kart to decompress from the drama that likely will have happened Thursday. This was advertised all week long. Is that what they did today on their podcast?
No, they made fun of me for being a bitch.
Dark Side Phil Aftermath Side Scroller podcast. Let's see. 2.5 hours long, way longer than their show usually runs. 13,000 views. Gee, I wonder why.
Oh, he is so mad that they got more money
So
and
what they
more
had said they
views
were
than he
doing all
did.
week, what I was under the impression they were doing all week, they decided not to do. All right, they decided to do something completely and utterly different this morning. Now, I did not watch this show. I went and did my own content this morning. I played Hogwarts Legacy on my stream, and I beat it over on DSP Gaming. The playthrough is complete. I'm happy because it was a really long game, and now it's
Oh,
done.
he's so mad.
And
Jealousy
so I
is strong in
decided,
him.
you know,
Right, Mojo
I'm
Jojo?
back to normal, right? I won't even probably be talking to these guys. If Craig comes back at me and responds to the email, right, then, you know, we'll have a discussion about possibly sending him all the stuff or whatever that he wanted on the show. I'm
But
serious
it's
about
too
it, right?
late, DSP. Because now you've had time to fake it.
I'm streaming, and people are like, Phil, did you just see that podcast they just did? I'm like, no. Again, to my knowledge, it's over. That was the interview. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what what are you talking about? No, do you understand the whole show was dumping on you? Like, literally, every host came on and essentially said, they didn't believe a word you said, you're a filthy liar, you're basically
You're a
not that they
filthy
were,
liar.
like totally saying what a scumbag or anything like that. But essentially, I guess, what the theme of the show was that they're all sorry for me because I'm such a person who apparently is really just a sad guy in a bad situation, and he's addicted, and, he's a liar, and it's all bullshit. And essentially,
You're
it's
addicted.
funny, all right? Because they're doing the show, all right? And apparently, when they're doing the show, every time a super chat comes in, it's literally from one of my detractors. And every super chat is super nasty.
How
And they read it,
dare
and they all
they?
collectively laugh at it. Ha ha ha, that's funny. Ha ha ha.
It is funny.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Let's laugh at Phil because he's
Yeah, I thought
not
he was a
here.
regular watcher of the show. I thought he watched every episode.
They didn't do that when I was
Not
on the
someone
show.
he doesn't watch, huh?
They waited till I wasn't. That's funny, isn't it? Very funny. Ha ha ha. Right? And they're showing on for 2.5 hours. All right? Now, I got a question for Craig and the Side Scrollers crew. I really do have a genuine question. All right?
Why did you
let's
hurt
actually ask
me?
the question.
Me.
We all know that my appearance on Side Scrollers is the most popular thing they've ever done, correct? It even brought in Keemstar. Big ass YouTuber. All right? Do you think that Keemstar would have ever appeared on the Side Scrollers podcast if I wasn't on there? Right?
There would have been a need to.
Okay. So they see, oh my God, this is the biggest thing we've ever done, and we just made an insane amount of money, thousands of dollars from detractors. So what do they decide to do the next day when I'm not there, which is not the agreement we had? They do the DSP Pylon show, where we're just going to sit there.
You had a decompression stream after the stream. They do the same thing, and suddenly that's not allowed. I didn't give them permission. How dare they do something on their show that I didn't give them permission to do on their show? Guess what, DSP? It's their show. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
And we're going to take a big dump on it.
Victim
He's not
mode,
here
activate.
To actually respond to any of it, all right? There's a difference between journalism and online drama for personal gain. Cause and effect here. They saw the money rolling in on Thursday, and they decided instead of doing our Mario Kart show that was planned and we were supposed to be doing on Friday, instead, who cares about that? We're going to ride this gravy train on. We're going to do the Dump on Dark Side Phil show. and it became a 2.5-hour clown show.
You love being dumped on,
Them
don't you,
essentially
DSP?
taking
We heard all
donation
those
after
scat
donation
jokes.
after donation from every detractor under the sun to read it, laugh at me, make jokes about me, and then make money on it. Okay? So here's the question I have for Craig and the Side Scrollers crew. If the Dark Side Phil interview on Thursday only had 100 viewers, and if you had made $5 the whole show, would you have done the Dark Side Phil Aftermath show on Friday? I would love to hear their answer. I'm
Would have been any need to.
Right? But, you know,
Eternal victim,
like I said,
forevers
cause
and
effect.
evers.
The reason that they did the show is because they wanted the money, right? Or else, if there's no profit there,
Well, they got 1,900 in the first interview, and then they get 700 for the second one.
Yeah, well, they
Ooh,
have it.
good for them.
This is literally the same thing that all of my
$2,600
detractors have
just
done
in
for
super
years.
chats.
Wait a minute,
Good for
drama
them.
sells? Wait a minute, making fun of someone and you know, bringing them down at their own expense is profitable? Oh, well, who cares about morals, right? I mean, even though we promised Phil a completely fair shake on the interview, we didn't promise him we wouldn't destroy him the next day when he's definitely not there and not knowing we're going to do it, right? It's literally, it's being completely two-faced. It's completely unfair. If you're going to have another entire show
unfair
about
that
Darkside
it
Phil,
stuck up to
you should
me.
let Darkside Phil actually respond to your stuff. Not, oh, guess what? We had a whole show, and then after that, the beat-up show. The pummel Darkside Phil show when he's not here. That's not fair at all, okay?
It's not fair. I want my
Let me give you some
participation
comparison,
trophy,
right?
guys.
Yesterday on the podcast, Craig said something to me that actually really, really resonated with me, okay? He said, you know what, Phil? People who you've wronged in your past, whether or not you really think that saying, you know, you're sorry to them or making amends would ever change or do anything good for them, correct? Basically, it's still worth it to reach out and do the right thing. Do you want to know what I did last night? I actually DM'd that person in the Street Fighter community who I used to bully. I actually DM'd him on Twitter and I apologized. Now, I know he doesn't care. I knew he wouldn't. But I apologized to him because I felt so bad. After Craig saying that to me on the show, I was like, he's right. I should do that.
Oh,
You wanna know
shit.
what else
That
I did?
never happened.
I went out and I publicly apologized to Reeeacts
You don't feel
USA.
bad about
Because I
anything.
felt like, even though I feel like he's unfair to me, it's not fair for me to then be unfair to him, which I do feel like I've been harsh to him recently with some of the stuff I said and did on my streams. And then you know, last night someone had told me his daughter is sick. And I felt so bad. I was like, dude, the last thing he needs is drama and stress around this time in his life. So I publicly apologized to the guy. And now I'd actually like to have him on the show to just have a civil conversation about stuff in the future. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did.
Yes, the mountains
when I got
of
off the
gold
show.
and
That's- I
salt
actually-
are
I thought, wow, this stuff
glorious.
just happened. You know,
Holla,
maybe I
holla
can
for the
really
dollar, dollar
go
night
back and go
wing.
with that and try to be a better person. They felt the best thing to do with that show was to do a show to shit on me for 2.5 hours and make money on it.
As they
That's what
should,
They felt was the
'cause
best
it's
thing
funny.
they could possibly do out of a show like that. Someone giving them 5.5 hours of their time that normally I'd be working and making money. Instead, I'm on their show. You know, giving them insane amounts of views and popularity. You're getting Keemstar to show up on their show, giving them a giant boost, making what? People, I actually heard the number, and I can't confirm if this is real or not. I heard they make $20,000 yesterday alone.
They had not. It was
Now,
2,000, not
I've
20.
never made $20,000 in one day in my life, and I never.
Oh, hey,
will.
there's a Derek
Apparently
bot.
They made it. Why did they make
Go away,
it?
Derek
Because
bot.
Darkside Phil was on their show. Okay, so they see that and instead, wow, that was pretty amazing. We'd like to have him on in a part 2. So let's say, okay, that's enough. We'll talk about him later. No, next day it's Darkside Phil part 2 without Darkside Phil. The show continues without me, completely unfairly,
You
and they make a ton
poor
of money on it.
piss baby.
It's completely unfair. It's not integrity. It's just not. There's no integrity there
Integrity.
at all. If there was integrity, say, listen, we had him on the show. He answered the questions. You judge for yourself. what
And
you
he
think.
lied.
All right, maybe we'll
And
do
now we know
extended
he's a
segment.
lying
We don't
sack
want
of
what we
shit.
thought, and then we move on. We want him back. We'll talk about it when he's back. That way he can defend himself again, or we can have the conversation again. Not, oh, immediately once it's over, okay, then now we beat him up. And again, do I really believe they made $20,000 in a day? No, I don't. Maybe they made a few $1,000. Even then, that's something they never would have made without me on the show. And if you're actually showing, oh, okay, wow, that's nice.
They would have made
That's
some
really
money
nice for
because
us.
their
It'd be
podcast
nice
more
if they
popular than
beat
yours,
him up the next
DSP.
day. Well, they did. They did a 2.5 hour beat up Phil show today. Okay, making more money constantly, right? Laughing. I actually
They
heard
didn't
in my
believe you, and that's
React
the
Live here,
worst sin they could have
they
ever
all did
committed
the
against you. I know,
laugh
DSP.
together in unison, which I don't do. I've literally never done an ack laugh. It's a detractor meme. You see? That's funny.
Ack.
Oh, something that people say about me all the time that's terrible is funny, right? Right? Oh, it's hilarious. I don't even know where it comes from. It's just one of those memes, right?
Comes from you going ack.
So anyway, I hear all this on my stream this morning, and I'm like, oh, that's... At first I didn't believe it. I thought people were basically over-exaggerating. All right, I did. I thought people were making shit up, or maybe, you know, what it is they want to start trouble. And I actually felt, and I defended those guys last night. I said, no, I feel like that interview was 100% fair. I do. I think that
Because it
yes,
was
he had
100%
harsh
fair.
A lot of people thought he came off very abrasive and like a dick. All right, while Craig was more neutral and or seeming like a journalist. Adam was kind of being a jerk. I actually didn't feel at the end of the day, I was okay with all of them. I mean that, and I defended them. My audience was telling me the opposite, and I said, no, I think you guys are wrong. I think that it actually was fair. Okay, I did. All right. So anyway, when everyone's telling me this on my show today, I don't believe it. I'll watch it for myself later or whatever. But over the course of the show, people were progressively getting worse and worse. I'm like, no, Phil, you have to understand, this was really bad. Like, this was 1,000,000% a detractor show. Craig is saying he's going to go on detractor shows now. Really, Craig, the guy who literally said, I'm going to be neutral about this, is going to be a fair interview.
And he was neutral for the interview.
So not only is it now, it's on their own content that they're not, it's going to continue. It continues into other people's content as well, right? Right? Okay, this is interesting. So again, all this is happening, right? And I'm just doing my content. I get an email, all right, from a fan. I hope the fan, I'm not going to reveal the fan's name or anything, okay? But here's what the email I get from a fan today. I want to give you some feedback. I'm watching the Aftermath stream by Craig & Company. It's clear there was never any intention to have you as a normal guest. They're quite open to admitting they believe the detractors on every single issue possible, to the point they
because you lied about everything.
They openly said to your face that they contacted
you. Of course they believe the detractors because you lied about everything.
About you, they read out and believed without hesitation. It's clearly difficult to believe this wasn't their initial intention, and they lulled you into some kind of false sense of security over the previous week, giving you the impression they wanted to be neutral. You basically went to a detractor stream with a friendly name, and the Keemstar ambush was just a cherry on top of this. I might not be a big fan of yours, so here you go. This guy's even admitting he's not even a big fan. Even I can't ignore the fact they obviously just want to ride this detractor wave of popularity and even say they plan to be guests on detractor streams in the future. The hefty donations that they're now getting during their streams show that they were just hoping to get these. Now they're basking on having grilled and exposed you to the world, and they plan to do it again and again and again as long as people allow it.
You deserve to be exposed.
Honestly, if
not
you
like you did on May 1st, 2017.
You're sorely mistaken. You're just a lolcow and a liar to them. They openly have said this now.
Because you're a lolcow and a liar.
Hand to be found. Be careful if you really plan to appear on their podcast again. They'll go twice as hard. They claim to have only gone through half the questions that they have for you. Okay? They can't wait to eviscerate you again. The only good that you got out of this is that
they don't like me because I lied, guys. It's bullshit. You should totally love me for lying.
After 10 years of history with the guy, take this feedback as neutral. There you go. Okay? All right. That's an email I get during my first stream today. No, I didn't write that. It's from a fan. Well, actually, I guess the person said I'm not even a big fan. Right? So anyway, I hear all this, right? And basically, as I'm reading this, I'm like, dude, I got to see this stream for myself. I have to now. Like, I have to watch this for myself. I can't believe this is what I'm hearing, but why would people be saying this if this was not true? Okay?
Because everything said on the internet is true,
so
right?
I announced during my first stream, the late stream tonight, and I said this on Twitter, and I said this on, posted on my channels, my late stream tonight will no longer be gameplay. Instead, I'm going to watch this. Okay? We're going to watch this together. And we're going to see, for ourselves. Oh, here it's playing now. We're going to see for ourselves if everything that's been said is true. Okay? There you go. So I announced this. So now it's public that I'm doing
how much he hates the truth.
So I go downstairs to have dinner. My wife is pissed. She's very upset. I say, what's going on?
Dad's downstairs in the kitchen crying.
She says, oh, no. But, I saw that you announced that you're going to watch their show from this morning. Did you watch it? I said, no, I haven't seen it yet. He said, oh, I did. She was not happy. And she only watched maybe 10, 15 minutes of it. She said she couldn't even continue. She's like, literally, it's a shooting gallery against you. Like, literally,
she's
just
downstairs
100%
crying.
reading every super chat.
My wife is downstairs crying.
And they're laughing at you, and they're making fun of you the entire show. And I was like, wow, that is shocking to me, again, because I was led to believe these guys were going to be legit, right? And apparently this is not it. This is not what it was supposed to be. I was supposed to just be treated fairly. Now, fairly, if you want me to be an objective, right? That means that you're going to listen to answers, but you're not going to do this show after. You're going to, okay, listen, now you judge for yourself, and maybe you ask for 5-10 minutes on your show. What do you guys think? Here's what we think. Okay, moving on. It's a topic for later. He's going to be on again,
so if they keep receiving support.
Great. Okay.
And more videos.
Now, that's not where it ends, ladies and gentlemen. Because as I said, I was still fully intending that tonight we were going to sit here and we were going to react to this, which we still might do. But there's a new update, ladies and gentlemen. If you remember, I told you that I emailed Craig last night at 6:18 p.m. saying I had a 50-50 thought I wanted to send him all the evidence of my innocence. All I needed to know was how often he checked his email. Because I want to be sure if I'm going to send this to him, he's going to check it, he's going to see it, see the evidence, and delete it right away. Right? And by the way, I already said, I know probably this won't change public opinion, but at least then you'll believe me. Right? He emailed me back. Are you ready for this one? Are you ready for this? I don't think I was ready for this one when I read it. You ready for this? Here's a response I got at 5:45 p.m. today, 2 hours ago. I think the show went okay yesterday. We talked about it at length on today's show as a debrief. That's what he called it, a debrief. You shitting on me for 2.5 hours is a debrief. Interesting. My debrief was saying, you guys did a great job interviewing me and defending you for 2 hours against my fans. That was my debrief. and then also apologizing to someone who I harmed in my past and apologizing publicly to Reeeacts USA. That was my debrief from the show. Your debrief was a 2.5-hour Destroy Darkside Phil show and make money on it. Okay, let's continue. I think we all left the interview mentally exhausted and feeling incredibly frustrated. At the end of the day, we want what's best for you. The things that are laid out about everything, the WWE mobile game, the bank stuff, it doesn't make sense. There's too much evidence saying it's yours, and your only evidence is you saying it's not. I'm going to address that in a second. I feel like we give you multiple opportunities to turn this around, but you seem so
didn't do it.
Even in the face of insanely detailed evidence, you wouldn't take it. Even with Keemstar coming on, I tried to lay out similarities you feel towards him and the way people feel about you.
Like, the only thing I know about Keemstar is from documentaries I watch on YouTube. Well, DSP tell people not to believe any of the videos about you on YouTube. So why do you believe all the videos about Keemstar on YouTube? Shut up! Just give me money. And likes, so I can blow bubbles. Svid, how's it going?
Based on things they've seen online, and it was tough. Like, that's not even a point.
It is a point. What the fuck are you talking about?
It has nothing to do with any point at all. Honestly, I'm disappointed. Like I said, we want what's best for you. We very much do. You have to help yourself. When you're ready to take that step, I'll gladly help you on your journey. You deserve to get to level 2. I know you can do it. What does that sound like to you? Does that sound like a neutral party? That email proves that he went into it with 100% preconceived notions of what the truth was based on talking to detractors for 2 weeks. Right? I will give you full disclosure. I will give you absolutely full disclosure here because I want to be fair. After about a week of him directly talking to the detractors only, he emailed me once and he said, "What would you like to see?" Or excuse me, let's try that again. I misspoke. "What would you like me to see?" Right? He says, "What would you like me to see before your interview?" And I sent him.
You sent him what? You crying? My fat wife is down here crying just like me. Give me money.
My react to my Down the Rabbit Hole video, all right, from last year, which really covers my days as Street Fighter, my early days as a YouTuber, all the way to 2017. Covers it all. And I reacted to all of it. And I essentially said, listen, I'm sorry for a lot of the wrong things I did. I admit that they were wrong. Here's some real bad misconceptions about a lot of that. Okay? So I sent him that video because I wanted to basically give him an idea of how there's been a ridiculous amount of misconceptions about me on the internet. And when I address them fairly, you see how they kind of, at least make sense. Not to say that I'm infallible. I may make a lot of mistakes. But at the same time, I'm changing for the better. Which they laughed at during the show yesterday, by the way. Oh, change, you're changing. Yeah, it's called human evolution. Do you not understand that someone today is not someone last year, is not someone 5 years ago, is not someone 10 years ago? It's a constant struggle to improve yourself.
Human evolution? What about pig roach evolution? That's what I thought.
And when you make a mistake, you admit you made the mistake, and you move on for the better. If you keep making the same
Oh, he had plenty of proof. The proof was because I said so.
I actually admitted, like, Adam was laughing about change and everything. Ha ha ha, right? So this email, essentially what this email says to me, all right? Now, keep in mind, the last email I had to him was, man, I'm glad you guys made a lot of money, and I would like to actually send you the evidence of my innocence, but I need to know how often you check the email.
One thing that's changed is his face and his bald patch.
I want to be sure that you're going to get it and delete it right away. Did you hear a response to that anywhere in his email?
Because it's too late for that.
No. Do you want to know why?
You had a chance and you didn't take it. You fucked it up.
He went into the interview believing I was guilty. 100%. He had a preconceived...
Because you are guilty.
Some of them who he likes, because I hate to tell you this, I really feel like he loves, he absolutely loves, like, It's a Gundam. Right?
And Call of Duty.
He loves It's a Gundam. He laughs at It's a
Keemstar.
Gundam. He thinks it's funny. He kept mentioning It's a Gundam, all right, on his shows over the past couple of weeks. Like, It's a Gundam is the troll of Darkside Phil. So it's obvious he watches his content and shit, right? He loves this guy.
How dare he watch It's a Gundam?
All the detractors, what's the first clip that they played in the interview and then they ran out of time? It's a Gundam. He's a fanboy of it, right? So anyway, he's been talking with these guys for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Cute egg.
And all he's listened to is them. I got an honest question for Craig and the side scrollers. How many of my fans have you talked to?
And thumbs up, Sammy. Don't forget the thumbs up that he needs to blow bubbles.
How many people who like my content? Who would actually tell you why they tune into my content? Wouldn't it have been fascinating to talk to someone and say, hey...
Well, you're not wrong, Darkwing. Yeah, I made a racist comment about an Asian woman, but that was last week, so it doesn't count now.
Hey, why do you like Phil despite all the hate against him? Why do you believe the hate? What do you think? Right? Did they do any of that? No, they talked to every detractor. They literally talked to the people who benefit the absolute 100% most from me being the villain. And that's all.
Because you are the villain.
Right? There was no evidence they ever went out and actually gave me a fair shake. At all.
And mind you, we're an hour and a half into this video that's supposed to be reacting to the side-scrollers aftermath party thing. Where is it? Where's the aftermath react? I don't have into this video. No aftermath. Why are you not reacting to that on DSP Reacts?
It was
Timbo
just
Slice with his third
all the
bankruptcy.
questions we have to ask Phil, and then say, hey, Phil, what would you like to watch? Or what would you like us to watch? Watch the Down the Rabbit Hole. That's it. That's not a fair take. That you have 99% information from over here, 1% information from over here. Ask me questions. I told you I can't show you the stuff, right? I'm not going to show you my bank statements or whatever. And a lot of the questions they asked me, I'm going to be honest, were completely unprofessional because they weren't prepared for the questions. Can I give you an example here? When they're on a show and you say, Phil, tell us about the $5,000 of business expenses a month. What $5,000 of business expenses?
What $5,000 business expenses? Thankfully, I had that loaded up. Boom. In the 1 month, it was $9,000. Just randomly in July, $9,000 in business expenses. Please, DSP, explain this. This is from your bankruptcy. I don't know where the lawyer got it from. The lawyer got it from you. Any and all these numbers come from you. They don't just, I think he spends this much on this. I think he probably spends that much on that. You, DSP. You gave them the numbers. The only numbers they have are the numbers that come from you. That's where the $5,000 business expense comes from.
Well, you know, the ones that everyone knows about. What are you talking about? I want to know what is, are you talking about from my bankruptcy? Oh, yeah, is that what it is? He's like, turn to Adam, is that what it is? Yeah, it's from the, you know, I need to know. What are you talking about? Right? And ultimately, they couldn't even answer the question. Yes, it's from the bankruptcy. Well, from what in the bankruptcy? Is this something that's listed from my tax return? Is this something that's listed?
There is no tax return in your fucking bankruptcy. This is literally from your bankruptcy that you signed off on as being 100% true under penalty of perjury. That's the thing. Under the penalty of perjury, he signed off on this being 100% correct. Under penalty of perjury. But he has no idea what you're talking about. My tax returns?
On a generic form that was filled out, that was read off by the judge during the bankruptcy hearing. I don't even know what you're talking about. How can I answer a question? I've heard that thrown around a million times. $5,000 a month of business expenses. I don't know. I never saw that. I don't even know what you're talking about. When I went into a bankruptcy proceeding, I went in, okay? And what did I do? I gave them all the information they needed. My bankruptcy attorney filled it all out properly with all the data. We went in, it was presented to the bankruptcy people, right? Yes, that was, I guess, a public-facing form that was presented. And apparently somewhere in there, apparently one of the detractors say it says something about $5,000 in business expenses. Ladies and gentlemen, never ever have I spent $5,000 on just video games in 1 month. That's insane. I don't know where that number comes from. I'm not a bankruptcy attorney. I'm not a tax attorney. I'm not a judge.
It comes from the bankruptcy forms that you signed off on, again, under penalty of perjury. You go to jail for that shit. That's felony. That is not slap on the wrist. That is not house arrest. That is not 20 hours of community service. That is pound me in the ass with the biggest, thickest cocks prison life has to offer. Prison. There ain't no county jail for perjury. That's prison.
Judge who stamped my bankruptcy. That's not my job to know that, where that number came from. No, I don't have
It is 100% your job to know where the number came from because you gave them the numbers.
$5,000 in business expenses every month. I don't know. Okay? What I can tell you is it was 100% kosher according to the bankruptcy judge. Because again, because the trolls were harassing everyone involved with that bankruptcy so badly, I had to go in and I had to do, just listen to this, hours and hours and hours of work explaining away all the transactions that I did related to my business, not even related to my, like I was explaining everything so they would understand all of it. This is not something they have to do with anyone else. But because so many people were basically contacting the bankruptcy judge and saying, Phil's a liar, Phil's a fraud, all this. I had to go through all this.
Because
you
are.
Stressful. It was one of the most complicated bankruptcies probably they've ever done. All right? Certainly was the only one where someone ever called in and impersonated one of my debtors. All right? Certainly. Okay? But the point is, you got me in the interview. The question is, explain the $5,000. Okay, what $5,000? They never.
As you can see here, this 5,000 plus 9,000 in July for no other reason than he needed to get the number higher for 1 month. Hey, it's not his job to be professional or know what his taxes are or what his bankruptcy forms are. Like, it's literally your job because it is your numbers that you're giving to someone. DSP. I get it. The gin has fucking destroyed your brain. I get it. The gin has left you mentally handicapped. As long as with being a hermit, not going outside, not getting any exercise. Holy shit, DSP. How do you not remember that? You lied on your bankruptcy forms. $5,000 a month. $9,000 in July.
Never even got around to explaining what they meant. So I try to say, I don't know. Is it maybe the mortgage? Is it, because I don't know, because my house is also where I work out of. Is it medical expenses? I don't know. Why would you ask me this question? That's a stupid question to ask someone in an interview. Like, I'm going to have the answers to this question. But to them, that's a valid question. So I answered it, right? And some of the other, again, the bank statements. The thing is with these bank statements, all right? I talked about it today on my show earlier. I'll talk about it again. You can say there's all this circumstantial evidence that says it's yours. Correct. And you can also say there's circumstantial evidence that it's not mine. Like the fact that there's all these transactions that are crazy big transactions for pets when I have one cat. One freaking cat.
And we know you have at least 2 cat trees. You've mentioned them. We know you have the self-cleaning litter boxes. Those cost money. We know you have the fancy bubbler water dish thing. You probably have multiple of those. So can you imagine, this is a 3-story condo. You have a cat tree on all 3 stories, so we have 3 cat trees. We have 3 litter boxes that are self-cleaning because they're fancier. You have 3 bubblers, so he has water on every floor. He has 3 of everything on every floor. That all costs money. And of course, we already know he's not going to Fred Meyer or Walmart and getting, all right, here's a 50-pound bag of cat food for $19.99. It's, all right, guys, here's a 5-pound bag of cat food for $29.99, but it's all organic, blessed by a priest in the mountains of Nepal. I'm guessing that 5-pound bag being $29.99 lasts you maybe a week. So you gotta buy multiple of them. And wet cat food. This is DSP. And of course they buy cat... We know he buys cat toys. He says so himself. And catnip. So I would not be surprised if every week he goes to the pet store, or every time he goes, whether it's every other week, he's at least spending $100. Well, it's not gonna be 2 more weeks, so we gotta buy 3 bags of cat food. We gotta buy 50 wet cans. We gotta buy him some more toys. And I don't... I caught him scratching in this room, so we're gonna buy another cat tree and put it in that room, so now he has 4 cat trees in the condo.
Not 10, not 20, not 100 dogs.
Kosher cat food,
How am I
yes.
spending like $100 a week on pet supplies? What am I buying him? Golden pet fucking cat food?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
That's what you're doing.
That's just as circumstantial to prove my innocence as the things that prove my guilt. I already said it, and again, I explained it to them, and they didn't understand what I was saying. When it comes to those mobile, apparently, not even mobile, it was iTunes transactions, right? They're saying, here's a bank account, right? And in that bank account, it's showing that there's these transactions coming out of iTunes. And I'm like, okay. And, right? And like, the accusations against me from my detractors are that every day I make a bunch of money on my streams. People tip me, and that money goes into my PayPal account. And then immediately I go and I spend it all on mobile games. Well, if I did that, it would be coming out of my PayPal account, not out of my bank account. Why would I be doing transactions on money I made today on stream coming out of my bank account? My money doesn't go there. Think about how dumb it would be if I'm making all this money going to my PayPal, then I transfer the money from my PayPal to the bank account, right? And then I take the money out of the bank account. I'm losing money. When
You have stated in the past that's what you do. That is what you do, though. That you do the same day transfer, because you need the money right now to pay your bills. You guys need the money right now. I can't wait for it to go through. I need it right meow. And also, you have a PayPal card. That, I don't know, maybe it's tied to your Apple phone. So every time you buy something for iTunes, it pops up on your PayPal or through the PayPal, whatever, as iTunes. Or using your bank card on your Apple because I tried to, I think it was my, which credit card? Either my Chase or my Amazon card. I tried to Discover card, whichever one. I tried to tie it to my phone, but it wouldn't let me because it wasn't a bank card. So it could be very well that you have to transfer it. That you had to transfer it to your bank account because you weren't allowed to tie the PayPal card to your phone. And of course, imagine this. You know for a fact you're spending that money on WWE Champions. You just don't like the fact that it's like, I only spent like $30 that day. You actually spent $120. I felt like I only spent $30, so this has got to be wrong.
You transfer money from your PayPal to a bank account, there's all these fees involved. Why would I even do that? If that were, it doesn't make any sense. What they're saying, it logically makes no sense.
But you've said you've done that
everything
before.
That they say that's circumstantial, correct? Circumstantial, right? Can also be countered circumstantially. Because the truth is, when Craig wrote this email and he says we have all this evidence, there's no evidence. There is circumstantial evidence. There is no evidence without a shadow of a doubt of anything these people have said about me whatsoever. None. It doesn't exist. It's not provable because it's not true. So here's the thing, and here's where sadly this entire thing falls apart. All right? When they interviewed me yesterday, they were interviewing me from the perspective of I'm already guilty. They already believe it. And all they want to do is hit me with the question where I'm finally either going to reveal something that I didn't intend to and show that I'm guilty, or else I'm just going to confess. Adam was even saying it multiple times.
Now you're lying second
during the
shit.
show
Yes,
to Craig.
you are.
Says, Craig, it sounds like you're trying to get him to confess. And that's actually not right. Because he was. He wanted me to confess. You could tell from where the interview was going by the end. Did you notice? Did you really notice that during the interview, they were only...
Yes, Greg, if you don't do the same, like, instant transfer, due to, I know it takes 3 to 5 business days, yeah, there is no transfer fee. Whenever I get money in my PayPal account, that's how I do it. I just transfer my bank account with 3 to 5 business days. Now, DSP, he does the money right meow.
only harping on the 100% questions, right? That could not essentially really be like debunked without exposing myself. Correct?
You're not the only one asked, DD.
Questions that could have been asked. None of those were asked. It was all the ones that the detractors have harped on because all they've done is talk to my detractors for 2 weeks. That was not a fair and balanced interview that was well researched. That was an interview that was all the tough questions right up front. Then get Keemstar in here, which tell me what that did. Did absolutely nothing except gave them a popularity boost to have a big YouTuber.
Good for them.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? All this is just bullshit. You have it up to a certain level. And it's like, I gave them the benefit of the doubt that this was them being objective. They were not. By the time that I got on their interview yesterday, they were 100% sold that
They were objective. And then they interviewed you, and you lied the entire time. And now they're no longer objective because they've had to deal with you for 5 hours. These two men spent 5 hours with you, and now they hate you. How much of an asshole do you have to be where spending 5 hours with you makes them hate you?
I was guilty. And this was a phishing interview to try to get me with a gotcha thing. Or, got him right there. There's the evidence. Now you're guilty. Now he'll admit it publicly on our show and we'll blow up. Or to just get me to admit that I was doing it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Listen to me. It's not true. And I'm not going to admit something that's not true. There's a lot of things that I've done wrong in my life. A lot.
Like spending $100,000 in WWE Champions and other
circumstantial evidence there is.
gotcha games.
This would never, ever, ever.
Because remember, it's not just WWE Champions. It's also Supercard, and Estivus, and Dokkan Battle, and Future Flight or Twin Alliance, whatever the fuck that Marvel game was playing is called. It's, what's the other one? WWE Legends, and now Street Fighter Duel. He is addicted to wasting money on mobile games. Now, let's say you spent, alright, over $10 a month I get this, alright, fine. Or the one thing I read about, like, guy spent like $30,000 a month on Clash of Clans. But there was also a guy that made like $250,000 a month from work. So yeah, I get $250,000 a month from my job, so I spent $30,000 of that on Clash of Clans. Because at this point, it's either wait 18 years, 9 months, 14 hours, and 22 minutes for the cooldown to end, or spend $5,000. Bam, cooldown's done. I can upgrade again. But here's the thing: the guy didn't beg for that $30,000. He wasn't crying that he's going to lose his house after spending $30,000 a month on Clash of Clans. He made $250,000 a month, so he spent $30,000 of that on Clash of Clans. The fuck do I care? He didn't beg children. He didn't lie about losing his house. He didn't take a picture of him wearing long sleeves while crying that he's broke and flying a woman cross country multiple times round trips. He went to work. He got his $250,000 month salary, spent $30,000 of it on Clash of Clans. If DSP didn't beg, if DSP didn't cry that he's going to lose his house, if DSP didn't have to declare bankruptcy, was spending so much money on WWE Champions and other gacha games, it wouldn't matter. Guys, he spent more on the gacha game than he did on his house last month. Did he beg children for it or scam children out of their money? No. Fuck do I care? But he does. He does spend money on gacha while crying that he's broke, while crying he's going to lose the house, while crying that he can't turn the heat on. If they get Derek on the show, I'd have to make sure to get on and tip him $20 or something like that, or a super chat, $50, whatever. Like, this is the greatest event ever. Here's money. I love you. Please let me have your baby, Craig and Adam and Keemstar and whoever else is on that stream while they interviewed Derek. That'd be fantastic.
Fly anywhere legally at all, because it's all bullshit. It's all circumstantial nonsense, okay?
Take a sip of your gin.
This email I got from Craig, literally word for word, is saying, I never trusted you, okay? And that's
why should they? You lied the entire time.
Oh, yeah, send me the evidence. Doesn't want it. He doesn't want the evidence. You know? He doesn't want what would have actually proven.
Well, Greg, not only were they not supposed to talk to anyone, they weren't even supposed to announce the interview. They're supposed to be a surprise, guys. Good thing it wasn't a surprise, so then they could get video clips of, like, you saying you're going to sell a black child to the slave trade.
Right? That's absolutely ridiculous.
That's out of context.
And he just doesn't care. He doesn't want the evidence, you know. Instead, I believe everything the detractors say. Sorry.
Because it's too late.
So anyway, you know, I actually did respond to him. And my response was, well, I'm broadcasting tonight on DSP Reacts. I'm directly reacting to this. Watch if you like. I figured you at least want to know what I have to say about it. And he says, okay, buddy, hope it's wildly successful. And I said, you know, I appreciate that, but I'd just rather be playing games or chilling with my audience than wasting time on this. But now my hands are tied. I got to do something, right? I have to address it.
I have to do it, guys.
Oh, just play games then. As Adam said yesterday, you do you and fuck everyone else. Good luck. Yes, because you would like that. Because you would actually like for me to not say anything and just take the punches, and you completely benefit out of this whole thing. That's what you would like. You'd like everyone to think, right, that you were the big innocent guy. You did a great job, the pat on the back, right? No, you didn't. You went into it in the completely wrong fashion. You listened to the wrong people for 2 weeks, and I answered every question, gave you 5.5 hours of my time. Who else would have done a 5.5 hour interview for you with your little podcast? And I'm not insulting you because
your little podcast that is bigger than yours and makes more money and gets more views and gets bigger stars. They got Keemstar and It's a Gundam. When have you ever had Keemstar, It's a Gundam? Oh, wait, you can't because you're a bitch. I've been on other podcasts. I've been on, like, Mr. Deadman and Jake Hudson and others. I was very happy to do it. If they wanted to spend 5.5 hours, I would have gladly done it. Or back in the day when we did the Tractor Cast and all that, we'd go on for hours. Or the videos I made with GTG talking about conspiracies, those were at least an hour or so long. I'd be more than happy to go on to the side scrolls for 5.5 hours. Shoot the shit and be like, alright, we talked about an email about this and this. I made sure to find the videos. Here's from... Mighty D got taken down by Superhound. So here's this from Agent Proper. Here's this from my channel. Here's this from GTG. Here's this from Tevin. Like, here's the stuff we already discussed about. So I use PigPigGo to find some stuff. Use my own channel and other channels to find the videos that you already deleted. Here we go. Like, I'd be more than happy to be on there for 5.5 hours. And if they made $2,000 in Super Chats, good for them. They deserve it.
I'm small too. But who in their right mind would have done a 5.5 hour interview for you?
Yeah, so Keemstar's on the hunt for one of DSP's fans to interview.
In the wrong manner.
Offering them money.
Fairly.
But you know it's going to go
your
right to
actions
DSP.
Today on your show and in this email prove you never did. You never had an intention of giving me a fair shake. A professional would have said the interview's done. Maybe we do a 5-10 minute decompress session today about it. We move on. We do our Mario Kart, whatever. Maybe we'll have Phil back in the future for more. Now, keep riding the money gravy train that we just got from all the detractors. That's literally what he's done. That's disgusting. What was I talking about yesterday? I was talking about something I like to call on the internet. It's called a misery broker. It's someone who literally, when someone has a bad day...
You are very miserable,
DSP.
we know that.
They make money off of talking about other people's misery. You have literally turned the Side Scrollers podcast, which used to be the show that was supposed to be the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth, and you turned it into the Dark Side Phil shit show where you profit from my misery. You failed.
Let them profit from your misery. It's funnier.
You destroyed your own show. Wow. Amazing. Because now, right now you've got temporary popularity based on the negativity being thrown towards me. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy it. You're making a lot of money, that's for sure. Congratulations.
Yes,
right?
they are.
Good
Good for them.
Any benefit like that from this, nor was that my intention. But it sure seems that way when you're doing an entire show today and you're still rolling into the gravy train, right? So, you know, hey, you be you. And again, with the hilarious stab here, we want to get you to level 2. You want to get me to level 2. You want me to be like you? You want me to stoop?
You want me to be like you, making a fuck ton of money every stream and getting thousands upon thousands of views? No, I'm not going to do that, guys. I don't want to make thousands upon thousands of dollars a day. But DSP, if you make thousands of dollars a day, you spend more on Street Fighter Duel and WWE Champions and Jin and DoorDash. Never forget, the reason he has to take weekly trips to the dump to get rid of his trash is because one trash can is not enough. Well, how is one trash can not enough between 2 people? The DoorDash orders. Multiple times a week. Sometimes multiple times a day they get DoorDash. All that DoorDash piles up. Can't fit all into one trash can. So they gotta go to the dump and get rid of it all.
To your level. So you want me to have someone on a show, interview.
Oh, and I love that Keemstar said whoever wins the fight between Boogie and Wings gets a belt that says, like, they've upgraded to the level 3. The level 3 belt. Love it. Paper plates, of course, to go with your DoorDash. And plastic forks and other plasticware.
Them, and the next day do an entire show shitting on them for profit. That's what you want me to do. You want me to be like you. I will never be like you. That's not me.
I'll never be making a fuck ton of money like you guys.
Shit, right? I don't. I'm not Keemstar. I'm not gonna. I don't. Again, why was Keemstar on the show yesterday? Pretty obvious, right? You wish you could beat him. Why else do you think he's on the show? That guy is fucking reprehensible. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows the guy has hurt far more people than he's ever helped. And any moment that he pretends like he's doing something to help someone, look how he's doing it. Oh, I'm helping Wings and Boogie by paying them money to beat each other up in a boxing match. That's insane. You're out of your mind, right? And you want to be like that. That's who you want to be. You're telling me that's how you need to be successful. That's how the internet works. No. That's how this low level of internet works. And the thing is, there's a monstrous amount of people who are successful doing really immoral, underhanded things on the internet. Okay? Tons. And what you essentially are telling me is that's what you think I should be, and that's what you sure as hell want to be. Well, go ahead, and you can be that. Leave me the fuck out of it. I want nothing to do with being that. I never do. I just want to play games, talk to my audience, have a good time, and have nice, chill, meaningful, good time. I said yesterday, meaningful content for my... what does that mean? Well, when people tell me that when they came to my show, they actually felt relaxed, they had a good time that day, they had a bad time, they come watch my content, they had a conversation with me, and, to them, that didn't even click that I said that. Meaningful content. Yeah, meaningful. Like I didn't shit on someone for 4 hours and make them look like a villain on the internet, and I made a bunch of money doing it because, I don't care about hurting people.
Because you are a villain, and you don't care about hurting people.
What else can I say? It's a vile business being on YouTube. And what's hilarious is something that Adam kept saying yesterday, right? Something that Adam kept saying yesterday that was very, 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 very interesting.
This video right here, video we're watching comes from Raw DSP over in Odyssey. It's down in the description box.
Interesting. He kept saying, dude, it's the internet. It's not real. It's the internet. It's not real. It's the internet. No.
Well, also, Keemstar announced during the Testicle podcast, the boxing match is going to be free.
For some people, the internet is their life. The internet is my life, dude. Like, this is my job. 6 days a week, full time. I'm in this office. This is it. This is, how I make my living.
Yes, everyone has to call DSP. I want you next, DSP. Stop being a bitch.
That's, no, it should not be allowed. Maybe the internet is bad. Oh, that's just how the internet is. No, the internet shouldn't be like that. The internet shouldn't be people just shitting on each other for profit. How do you not understand that we can aspire to be better? That we can aspire for something good or something.
But you do nothing but shit on people. You shit on developers. You shit on your fans for not giving enough money. You shit on people you're playing against in Call of Duty and other games like that.
Better than what we have, this shit show. We don't want an endless shit show on the internet, right? I went on your show and I decided
all haters on the internet pool
and reach out and do things. You decided to shit on me for a whole show afterward. Like, do you see the discrepancy there?
As they should.
I grew.
It's their show.
Went the opposite direction for profits.
How they try to make money, guys.
Be a better person. I can't make anyone, have a moral compass. Sorry, I can't. All right? The whole funny part, and I'll end it like this, and then if you want, we'll do some reacting to actually the show here.
Oh yeah, don't forget, this is a DSP react video to the stream. Oh wait, he hasn't reacted yet. It's hour and 41 minutes into the video. He hasn't reacted to it yet.
Did anyone, literally, did anyone on that show go into it with an actual thought in their mind that I was innocent? That's the question. Because if they did, I feel like it would have went a lot differently. I do. I feel like if you actually went into it saying, hey, Phil was innocent, or could be innocent, right? Then it would have been fine. That never happened. Never that wasn't the intention. You could tell that. You could tell that because I already had said I wasn't going to say much or anything new, right? At all. I wasn't. It was just going to be stuff that I've already talked about and reiterated because I don't have anything new to say because I'm innocent, but I can't expose myself. And then when I finally tell them, all right, I'll do it. I'm thinking of doing it.
You literally masturbated on stream. Don't cry about, I can't expose myself. You masturbated on stream. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, I don't want it anymore. Oh, okay. So you didn't care to begin with. I mean, let's be honest. You didn't care to begin with, or else you would, you know. There was no integrity there, all right? There was no integrity there. Huskers fan, you're already banned from DSP Gaming. Now you're banned from here. Congratulations. Real winner today. All right, anyway.
What a bitch.
So, I think now it is time. We'll do a little bit of reacting. I'm not going to do this all night. We'll skim through because their show's long as shit. Their show's like, you know, an hour and a half. Excuse me, 2.5 hours. I don't have 2.5 hours. I got like an hour. So we'll skim through it. You know, we'll watch a little bit of it, react a little bit to it. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of nonsense. I have a few tips to take a look at. They're probably all troll tips. Let's see. Yep, there's one. There we go.
Troll tip, guys. I don't have to read it. Then it gets charged back, and then he cries about it.
Yep.
They charge back. Well, did you read the tip? No, I didn't read it. Fuck them.
So Alex tipped me $5. He says it took balls.
Yeah, he's not going to watch him
podcast to
anymore.
answer their questions, even stayed on when Keem came on. He says, what Craig and everyone did today is scummy and underhanded. It shows they can't be trusted. I would recommend staying away from them, but it's your call. Thank you, Alex, for the tip. I appreciate that. There's a couple other tips that came in, but again, they might be trolls. Let me take a look quick.
It might be trolls.
And just saying, all right, just tipped me $1 and says, yeah, we were all saying yesterday it kind of felt like it was kind of a backstabbing or not fair. I don't think the interview was because they made it seem like it was neutral, but now we know it's not. I mean, it's proven. I have evidence. I just read it.
It was
He's saying, no,
neutral.
I never believed you. Like, it literally says that in the interview. There's so much evidence. Well, you saw the evidence, which it's not. It's circumstantial evidence. It's not factual proof. It's circumstantial evidence. You saw the evidence before the interview, so you already were convinced. You didn't see evidence after the interview. You saw it before. So you've already been convinced, and you had no intention of actually believing me. It's scummy. Wow, that's a huge super chat.
So scummy how they
Sarah.
do that. Dare they do that,
I'm actually a
guys.
long-time detractor, but their treatment of you has let me sick to my stomach. They use your trust, backstab you, use you for profit, and they'll keep milking DSP drama for money now while pretending that they wanted to help.
As they should.
You know, just like Keem. Keem just wants to help everyone. Yeah, he really wants to help everyone by...
Yeah, the conclusion after dealing with you for 5 hours that you're a lying sack of shit. They don't want to deal with you anymore.
No, it's not.
They went in neutral.
Okay.
They came out hating you. What's the...
I guess we'll do a little bit of reacting. Like I said, got about an hour.
I don't know.
and
The
we'll do
catalyst
what we can.
here. Oh, you. Lying
Here we go.
to them
Here's
multiple
the intro.
times for 5
I'll
hours.
fast forward like a couple minutes because they probably do an intro here, right?
It's
I hear
time.
nothing. That's not good. Why do I not hear anything?
Did your toilet seat turn off?
Still hear nothing. Do you guys hear anything? Oh, there it is. It was muted for some reason. Okay, let's fast forward. Let's get everyone on the show. Blah, 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 blah. Here we go. So they talk about the guests, and then here we go.
Face Off Monday, guys, and Darth Call, Quarter Black Garrett, Flodzilla, Andreas Exer.
All right, so nothing to do with anything.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the show.
Well, I'm covering Adam's face, and there's nothing I can do about
TJ
that.
Game Box says side scrollers have open.
He hates Adam now
and
the most.
for any support. Well, I appreciate that, TJ, and I'm sure we'll be in touch very soon for sure. Jason came in as a member for 5 months. Says also, if you're on the Patreon, make sure to fill out the survey for the side scrollers feud.
All right, so let's skip ahead. Oh, let's see what this one says.
Thanks again for the interview yesterday. Definitely a new fan in me. Let's go.
Oh, Rise of Femme. Yeah, he's a troll. I recognize the name.
One day at a time, baby. One day at a time. And
Not the trolls.
Yo came in. Says props to you guys, Adam and Craig, for the interview yesterday. You
Oh,
guys
he totally
crushed
watched
it.
it beforehand. We all know that. He already said it.
Fast forward. Here's a giant one.
That's why he's so mad about it.
What's up, Doc?
Says,
All right, no, this
something
is
for
legit.
the
Okay,
hidden
that's
work-
Invigelis. He's a normal fan. Let's actually, they're still not talking about me, so let's get to the actual part.
Side scrollers needs that.
Oh, there
Not
you go.
talking about me,
Guys.
guys.
The
bill,
flow.
the electric
The electric bill, the internet bill, yes.
bill, the internet bill. All true, all true.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Not wrong at all, not wrong. Look at this.
Yeah, we went into this with very low expectations, thinking another quartering interview.
Says Adam should change
Holy
his name
shit.
to Giga Chad
Because
Okay.
4 elements
Highbrow
of Dragon
stuff.
Punch. Down
There we go.
Says, great job with the East Coast Italian style interview with robust style questions and Keemstar style appearance.
Yeah,
Thank
you
very
know,
much.
shout out to Keem for jumping on, and honestly,
Shout out to Keem for jumping on in an interview he had absolutely nothing to do with and derailing me completely because he had nothing to it. But then he promoted his product.
Ah, DSP is
Why are
so
they
salty. I
doing
love
that
it.
for Keemstar? Because Keemstar got them even more attention. When Keem showed up, all of a sudden even more people jumped on.
Yes,
They want that
because he's
notoriety.
Keemstar.
Oh, so Keemstar was on our show. Keemstar was on the show because of me.
Oh, let's see. That's actually turned up all the way. I was noticing it was low too, but it's on their end. Well, I guess it's on DSP's end.
Keemstar doesn't know who you are and never would have been on the show if it wasn't me on your show.
I got the volume turned up
Shout
all
out
the
to
way.
Keemstar.
Let's
Okay.
see. Is this
Being
turned up all
really
the way?
respectful. Like I don't
That's
know.
at 100.
When Craig was like, "Oh, we got a special guest. Is it okay?"
Can I move
And
my
it's like,
camera
I was
down
like,
here?
Oh shit! Is it finally gonna go sour? Because I felt like the whole time, you know, it was tense. Like it was a tense interview. You know, I wasn't letting off the steam the whole time.
You want to know what the funny part is? It wasn't tense at all. Like for me, it was a normal day.
It wasn't
I was
tense,
seriously
guys. I
at
was
the
just
end of the interview, I was
begging for
like, let's keep going.
money.
I was like, let's just keep going. I'm fine. But they were like, nah, we got to eat and shit. I was like,
Piggy
no, let's keep going. We
bank.
didn't answer all the questions that you guys I know that people want answered. For me, it was fine. I mean, maybe for them it was tense, right?
It's just not who I am. But then Keem came on and he said, you know, I'll be respectful in private chat, and like he said, and he was. It was actually really cordial, and you know, I have some things to say about that. But shout out to Keem for joining.
It was very crispy.
Sure.
That was the most calm I've ever seen him.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Justin Kimmon says habitual liars will often admit to part of their
Just listen to
accusations,
this.
but not the whole thing. In order to appear honest, Phil was doing that all day.
Yes, because
Because it's a nugget of truth. The nugget of truth, guys. Habitual liars do that. Makes it seem more legit.
the accusations that get thrown at me by detractors are partially true, and then they take a
DSP is a pedophile. That's partially true. Why would you say that's partially true? DSP scams his fans. That's partially true. Why would you say that? Fans say I committed perjury. That's partially true. Why would you admit to that? I love that. They call me a pedophile. They call me a scammer. They say I committed perjury. Well, it's part of that's true. DSP, keep your mouth shut.
part of that and turn it into something that's not, and that's how they claim oh, don't you see that the evidence is that this
Oops.
part was true, so the whole statement must be true. No, half of it was true, and then you made up the other half, but somehow now the whole statement's true. That's what they do. That's
know
how
it's
the
for him, but he knows
detractors
the
have always
timestamps.
made up shit about me. For example, and I know people say, well, this one's already been disproven. Of course, but it's a great example. The escort story. Was it true that someone flew in to visit me? Yes. Was it true that we made brownies together? Yes. Was it true? This and that and all that.
Yes, it's true that you've flown a woman across the country multiple times round trip, or crying that you're broke and posting a picture of you wearing a long sleeve shirt because you can't turn the heat on. It just wasn't a escort. It was a gold digger.
But then what you do is you take the things that are true and you turn it to the half that's not true. Oh, well, it was an escort that Phil paid for to fly in, which never happened. You see? But that's, again, that gets thrown away. It only goes to the statements that can't be disproven.
You still
I
flew a
can't
woman
disprove
across
that
the country
between
multiple times round
myself or my
trip.
family to risk. And then, oh, well, those are the true ones then, see? Habitual Phil will admit to someone, not the other. No, I admit to what's actually true, and then I'm going to tell you what part isn't. But again, they went into the interview 100% believing
Yeah,
that
back in
everything was true.
2017, they made
So of
brownies
course they're gonna
apparently.
think that it's all I'm lying constantly, right?
Well, I think that's one of those things that we were talking about body language before the show.
Body
And,
language.
People's body language, and most of the time when I was talking to the camera and not necessarily looking at the screen itself. So I wasn't. It's different when you talk.
Because I already got that up all the way, don't I? That's all the way up, and I can't get any louder. Yeah, his plan is to say not true, or it's only partially true, guys. Well, which part? And I'm gonna love he hates body language because he can't control his. Constantly looking up at the ceiling, eyes darting about, doing the cross arm thing when he's defensive. Like, he cannot control his body language. If you ever played him in poker, you would win easily because he can't control anything.
Somebody in person, and you can read how they're looking, how they're interacting, if
Mhm.
they're leaning back, if they're leaning forward, read their body language. But it's a lot different when it's online, because I'm looking here, whereas I'd have to be looking here if I was looking at Phil the entire time. And if I'm doing that, I'm not, So I'll be interested to kind of take a look to see how.
What's funny is someone just said you looked visibly distressed. You were rocking a bit. I literally rock every single day on my stream because, as you know, I'm uncomfortable if I sit still because of my back injury.
A back injury would mean you wouldn't rock back and forth. If you had a back injury, you wouldn't be doing that because your back would hurt, jackass.
This is something, watch every one of my streams that I'm rocking. Everyone even criticizes me for it. Can't you sit still, right? I mean, yes, correct. It's 100% truth that this happens all the time. If you make jokes about it, rocking back and forth, that's a meme, correct? So yeah, but outside of that, it was pretty much normal, except yeah, after you're sitting there for a few hours and there hasn't been a bathroom break or nothing, and your legs are feeling tense, yeah, you're gonna feel like shit, but I still pushed through it. I was ready to go further. Body language. No, body language is a tell. Like, for example, you ask me a tough question, and immediately before I answer the question, I'm like going like this, oh, you know, oh.
Wow, trying to explain body language that we see every day.
Oh, man. Oh, because I'm racking my brain for an answer. Did that ever happen? I mean, I don't think it did. But, you know, that would be body language. Not, oh, you know, because he was, you know, possibly moving or whatever. I don't know.
Comes together. And once, as you said, Travis, the body language experts kind of get a hold of everything.
Who?
Yeah, it's gonna be fascinating. I'll just say, I love watching the body language experts.
The Wandering Travel Blog says, on a scale of 99% to 100%,
This is nothing. I just
how
skipped
sure
this
are you
one.
that
Because they're just joking about they don't believe that the account is not mine.
Joking? No, they're saying truthfully that they know that the account's yours, jackass.
Right?
About himself, like all of his personal expenses that no one cared about, no one talked.
It could be
about.
that
Talk about his wife's restraining
drug,
order, which
mental
seemed
disorder,
very
drug addiction.
apprehensive at first to talk about before the show.
Gin especially, but another drug? I mean, that would cost a lot of money that would take away from his gotcha.
He didn't want to talk about it, and then he said, he's like, fuck it, I'll talk about this, and then, but like, you're not gonna just show your username on a...
He told me to do it. Wow, what a disingenuous asshole he's being right now. He's being a 100% disingenuous asshole because you guys didn't know what happened before the show. Before the show, we were talking about exactly, you know, what'll be brought up. And they said, you know, what are things that, you know, are off the table or whatever. And I was like, nothing. And they were like, well, we're not going to bring up anything but your wife. And I was like, but why not? People talk shit about my wife. They talk about shit about how we met. They say horrible, horrible things about me and her, you know, all the time. Why not bring it up? And that motherfucker right there said to me, then bring it up. He's like, you know, he's like, well, for example, what? I told him the story. He's like, well, then you know what? Bring it up. His exact words were, bring it up because I hate shit like that. I hate to hear shit like that. And the truth should come out then. He said that to me before the show started. So now it's okay to talk about that, but why wouldn't you show something else? You told me to talk about it. On
a mobile app? Or not even to the public world, to Craig? In a private email for him to be like, okay, it's not him, everyone. You know what I mean? Like,
and I already explained in this show why. Because just showing you any screen grab doesn't mean anything. You have to corroborate that it's real. So what I was going to do, because I didn't know he was going to ask me that on the show, I was going to say, okay, if he really wants this, if he's serious about it, I'm going to send him not only the screen grab from WWE Champions.
But you did it after the stream, not live, giving you time to get a hold of OIC or Derek or your wife's phone and do all this to fake it or Photoshop it or whatever the fuck else you were going to do. Guys, I'm currently live in Israel and I just saw a terrorist attack. Will you take a video? No, I can't take any video. 3 days later. Alright guys, here's a video from it that's totally not doctored. I mean, why would you believe I was in the middle of the terrorists and I saved the day and I fought off the terrorists and I saved a crying baby? But I refuse to post video of me doing it until 3 days afterwards. And then you see the really shitty green screen job that I did.
I'm going to show that it's the same account I use in other games, all the same name, all with, you know, everything on them.
Down from the rafters,
I was going to show him my Apple
the
ID
gun show,
and
80...
the game account, all together. Now that's
or whatever
pretty much
it was.
indisputable proof. If you had all of that and you're looking at it, like, okay, it literally lines up. Boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. That's what I was going to show him. And I emailed him after the show. That's 6:18 p.m. yesterday. That's exactly what I was going to do. I was just waiting for him to respond back. Say, yeah, I'm at the email. You know, why? You know, you're going to send it? Yeah, I'm going to send it. No, he literally
40-minute walk? Ouch.
He, at that point, he was already 100%.
Hopefully it's nice weather where you're at.
And I was lying. So he doesn't even want to see it.
Really?
I think
that?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It was fucking weird. And then he was saying, like, I'm not addicted to this mobile game. But I was addicted to the
I do love those
That's
stand-up
correct.
deaths. I've seen those before. Those are pretty nice.
No, not the previous version.
Hey, Martin. He spent almost an hour. You've spent roughly an hour and 45 minutes not reacting to the video. Mind you, this is DSP React that's supposed to be reacting to this video that we're watching now. But he spent roughly 45 minutes, an hour and 45 minutes not reacting to it, just crying and bitching about it. And he finally got to the stream.
That's not even the previous version. They're completely different games. Supercard and Champions are completely different games. Supercard is one of those card style games, and this is completely different games. Wrong. Just because it's WWE, it's not the same game. But yeah, I mean, so I'm admitting to the actual thing I did wrong, which is where the whole meme came from. The meme of the WWE Champions thing came from the fact that there's documented evidence on the internet. I used to play WWE Supercard. I used to post up about it. Same thing with Dokkan Battle. I used to play it and post up about it.
And Final Fantasy Estivus and Marvel Future Flight, Twin Alliance, whatever it was called, and WWE Legends, and now Street Fighter Duel.
On Twitter and shit, I would post up, look what I just got, look, look at this pull. So obviously that's 100% documented stuff. Yes, I did it. That's the truth. Why would, of course I'm going to admit to what I did. What do you think I'm going to do? What, are you stupid?
And also,
You are
this
very
other
stupid,
game that I was
DSP.
addicted to, but I had a problem, but I beat that addiction and I'm good now. Like, it's fine. Like, come on, dude. Really?
What do you mean? What about it? What about it? Because people don't ever improve or change? Never. People
You
never
don't.
actually overcome problems in their life. That's apparently. Dude, I used to be 240 pounds. Now I'm just over 200. I overcame that problem in my life. I used to be a raging alcoholic where every night I used to drink myself into a stupor, right? And then I stopped doing that shit. Like, how are you going to tell me people don't change over time and get better? If you admit your faults from the past and you overcome them, that's something that should be applauded, not criticized or be, oh, no one can ever improve. This is the same guy who on the show is laughing when I say, well, I'm changing now. I'm trying to be better. Ha, 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 ha. No, it's not funny. You're an idiot.
It is very
People do
funny.
change for the better.
It's your username.
It's incredible.
I think that's, I think it shouldn't be lost that we greatly appreciate Phil coming on the show and being so open about things.
And then that should be it. We greatly appreciate it. All right, let's move on.
And on that note, major props for staying the whole time.
Mhm.
Like, honestly, I was shocked, and I said this to him. I don't know if we were still live before I dipped out after I said this. I was like, bro, like, props for staying. Like, you got some major balls for like dealing with stern interviewers, because like we didn't go easy on
which is
him
what
at
I was
all
there for.
yesterday.
And the reason I stayed is because I'm telling the truth. Do you think if I mean, no, really? Okay, now we gotta be real. Hold on one fucking second here. If someone is guilty, why the fuck would they stick around for 5.5 hours? Are you crazy? Why would they even
To try
agree
and
to the
lie and
interview?
twist it to make it
Why
look
would they
better
do
for
it?
you.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yes, because you were trying to convince them that you weren't lying. And it didn't work. You couldn't convince them because they have an IQ over 80. They're not dentheads. And before the side scroll sees this DSP reacts, then we bring them on the show again. Oh, they've already seen this from what I understand. They already saw this. Which is fucking hilarious that they already saw this. And now, holla for the dollar, Hemi. Over there. Get that bigger. Yeah, DSP, you stay there because you were trying to convince them that it wasn't true. You were trying to convince them that you were telling the truth and the detractors were lying. And you just couldn't do it because they have an IQ over 80. Jackass.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
Uh-oh.
that's why for so long,
There
people
we
said
go.
Phil would never do the interview, right? Never. He would never do it. And I said, sense. But that's what I mean. Like, that's why for so long, people said Phil would never do the interview.
See, if Keeman actually
right?
get
Never.
those whales
He'd
in,
never
that'd
do
be
it.
hilarious.
And I said, fine, eventually I'm gonna fucking do it because I had enough of this shit. I had people saying this about me constantly. I'm gonna do it. So you sit for 5.5 hours. Oh, just guilty. Like, what?
I don't think side scrolls and Keeman do that every day. Maybe it'd be like, all right, guys, it's April 8th. Here's the big event that we've been pointing for the past week. Let's watch with Keemstar and point and laugh and debunk together.
What do you think I was there for? Why do you think I could take it? Why do you think
Why the hell is it doing that?
I could take it for so
He
long?
clearly had issues with, and
OBS shows green internet connection, so I don't know what's
was
doing
didn't come
that.
in here thinking like, all right, I'm gonna have to deal with talking.
Maybe it's
to
an Odyssey
Keemstar as
thing.
Well,
So long.
he clearly had issues with.
I'll say Odyssey is trying to, compete with others, but not doing too good of a job with this. Although maybe it's not Odyssey, although my OBS shows that it's green. And I don't think are you guys having any issues? Like, am I breaking up or... That DDoS attack, yes, it's like DSP. Not the DDoS attack, guys. Help! Let's do a poll. Am I being DDoS attacked? Easily amused. Maybe there's a tractor crush in this video and is jamming at the bandwidth. Maybe.
And to have it, he didn't come in here thinking like.
I mean, I had it paused and I went back a little bit. It should be good now, but it's not.
Like, all right, I'm gonna have to deal with talking to Keemstar as well.
Yeah, because that was a waste of everyone's time.
Maybe a waste of your time. Everyone else loved it. Everyone else thought it was fantastic.
And then the freaking Gundam clip, and he stayed, and it's like, you know what? All right, dude.
Stop doing this, internet.
Can take some punches. So,
Yeah, out of the you guys.
The fuck? Feels like this bar can help you. If you try to restart computer, well, use Indian accent. No, terrible. Don't do that. Oh, what the hell? Uh-oh.
Would they stick around for 5.5 hours? Are you crazy? Why would they even agree to the interview? Why would they do it? It doesn't make any fucking sense. What? You know, that's what I mean. Like, that's why for so long, people said Phil would never do the interview, right? Never. He would never do it.
Well, this is actually off of Odyssey. This is from Raw DSP
I had people saying this
of
about
Odyssey. All right, we're gonna try.
me constantly. I'm gonna do it. So sit for 5.5 hours. I'll just go.
All right, let's see if this works.
Guilty. What? What do you think I was there for? Why do you think I could take it?
Knock on
Why do you
wood.
think I could take it for so long?
He clearly had issues with. To
Comcast.
have it, he didn't come in here thinking like, all right, I'm gonna.
I got 64 gigs of RAM. Puppy better not be taking up that much
Well,
RAM.
time to clean
And
mine.
then the freaking Gundam clip, and he stayed, and it's like, you know what? All right, dude can take some punches. So,
Yeah, out of the you guys, did all of you think he would leave early or leave at some point? Because I did.
no,
Whoa.
Phil is
Their show
an
screwed up.
interesting dude, right? He's an interesting dude in that he's been dealing with this for a
4K
long time.
Doge.
You know, like
Yeah.
we dealt
Only the
with
best
Ten
Doge.
fucking years.
the overwhelming swarm of insanity in 2 weeks, and he's been dealing with it for a decade. And
Well, that's because all of you didn't believe that we were
Fucking work.
gonna be freaking do a good interview. But I'm not upset.
We did not believe they were gonna do a good interview, and yet they did. It was an amazing
You were wrong.
interview.
Yeah,
That's
a lot
big
of-
too. Apologizing is big.
Yes, a
Okay.
lot of.
So, okay, let's go. Because that's, you know.
you can objectively look and see the detractors aren't the monsters that
They're not the monsters. Really?
Well, thank you so
Well,
much.
They're not monsters, guys.
Okay, that was
Bullshit.
fair.
I was asked about it last night. And,
That was fair.
And they said, well, I would say in any fandom, there are people who can look at things logically, and those who take things to the next level.
Interview of the
Any fandom,
decade.
whether you're talking about Phil, Marvel, or the Dallas Mavericks, right? Like there are people who can look at things logically, and then there's some people who just take it a step too far. There's gonna be people in our community that do that. There's gonna be people in every community.
All right,
so
well, this is boring. That's fucking boring.
You
We're
were
talking about me, guys. It's
and
boring.
I don't think you're getting enough credit for the work that you put in for that interview. So I think our combination of you being prepared with really good questions and me just like soaking in what was happening and just, you know, calling it as I see it, you know.
you knew just enough. You knew just enough to where you could say like, well, that's not right, and I knew
Right.
I knew way too much.
Yeah.
As a
There you go. I knew way too much. No, you didn't know. Craig, you didn't know. You were told things that were supposed to be considered circumstantial evidence, and you were supposed to formulate an opinion. You didn't know anything. All you knew was what people had said about me. Now, you have evidence, just what they said about me and all their circumstantial bullshit. You didn't know anything.
And the videos, though, like, oh, I don't know, you saying you're gonna sell black girl to slave trade and all that. But there was evidence of you doing that because you left it on the YouTubes. And the other YouTubes people have it already. It's not just they said this, it's they said this and then showed them video. Linked them video. Hey, here's proof of this. Here's proof of that.
That's the problem. He went in to this interview, I know everything. So now we're going to ask, and hopefully we get the confession. Instead of, I'm going in, here's what I heard from this side, I actually did research on this side, and now we're going to meet in the middle, and we're going to have the interview. It was 1,000,000%, I listened only to the detractor side, and then asked me about one documentary, and that was it. That's completely different, right? Completely different.
To me, it seemed
It's
like
so different,
Craig had the
guys.
substance, and Adam had the style of the interview, and that's just, you know what I mean. And not that you didn't have any substance either, but that's the way it.
Craig,
came
you
off
have no
the
style.
viewer. Or that you don't have any style.
All right. Continue.
Did yesterday. Absolutely. The Pounder says, does it cost $5K a month for each?
So here we go. This stupid, it doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
Does not.
Once again, the 5K number comes from this. His documents that he submitted for his bankruptcy. This is where the 5K business expense, except for July, was $9,000. Must have been a Hulk Hogan into a Speedo or something that month. Fucking hell, DSP.
No,
It's like that's a laughable.
A simple no.
thing.
simple no. It costs time after the initial investment of getting your
Stop doing this to me, Odyssey.
webcam.
All right. On to the next.
This is why people don't use Odyssey.
Oh, dark side fail. Yeah, did you go on a 5-hour bike ride? That's insane. Good lord.
He's like, I don't want this bike ride to end because I still got more to listen
He's
to.
listening to on a bite. Okay.
Gamer 2 says,
Oh, here we go. I'm toxic on my own streams. I ban anyone who brings evidence that contradicts his narrative. He lied about literally everything yesterday. There you go. Look at all that. Look at all that corroborating evidence of that statement. But they're gonna keep reading it, right? Anything that's associated with money, they're gonna read. Yeah. Anything.
How dare they read a super chat? DSP, you read super chats. Why is this any different? Oh, because it's making fun of you.
That contradicts the narrative. He lied.
Bill declared bankruptcy like Michael Scott on The Office. That's a pin message.
Thank you so much.
What does this mean? Phil looks like he's going through puberty backwards and sweating like nuts. I didn't sweat once. I literally didn't sweat at all.
Pit stains, say otherwise.
Did you ever even see me like wipe my forehead? There was zero sweat once. I literally didn't sweat at all.
Yeah, you did. Fucking hell, Odyssey. Making sweats. Gross.
Did you ever even see me like wipe my forehead? There was zero sweating, and I don't even know what that
I don't know what it means I'm going backwards, guys. You're becoming a child.
means. But do you see they're reading everything? Just read everything so that we can make fun of Phil. This is literally the Phil shit show.
Yeah, Craig and Adam,
Shit on Phil the entire show.
Like he was going through puberty backwards.
I didn't sweat. I wasn't sweating at all. In fact, it was nice and cool yesterday. Today, it was hot in this office. But yesterday, I wasn't sweating, and I was in here for 5.5 hours. Right? What are you talking about?
Never know.
Almond John says, is it technically the third time Side Scroller Show has been brought back to life?
Yes, it was. Okay.
I think that if I was to change the intro, people would riot. But yeah, it's very.
Jay
similar
Khan,
to
how's it going?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Something news industry would want from you.
Good point. He's got a good point. That's true.
The problem is it's too long. Like, we can sit here and react to the whole show, but it's way too long. I'm not going to stick around for all night. So I have to skip a lot. There's not a lot going on here. Right?
Breaking news.
I'm pretty sure Yellow Flash is booked. We need to look at the chat, but I know we were talking, so.
It is so much gold.
Check, hold on.
Mr. Knox, how you doing? Mr. Knox says, was DSP stupid or desperate for any form of clout to be a part of the interview?
You tell me, what clout did I get out of the interview? Zero.
You had 1,200 people watching this stream, right? Well, at the time of this recording and all that. 1,200 people watching the stream. You never get to have a number on a night stream. It's a night stream. You're lucky to break 200. You have 1,000 more people watching than you normally do. That's clout right there.
Zero clout. What benefit did I get? Did I make a lot of money? No, they didn't pay me any of that money that they made. Did I get any positive press from the interview? No, not at all. Right? Nothing. Nothing at all. It was supposed to
1,000
be me
people
being a guest
more
on
than
their show. It
usual
wasn't
watching
an
right
interview. I
now.
was doing them a favor. Right? A favor.
Interview.
Not wrong,
Either
X.
way,
Yeah,
it's just
1,200
free
people,
gold.
1,000 trolls.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I think that he likes our show. He said he watches our show, and we have a lot of fun on this show. And I think he desperately wants to be relevant and desperately wants to be successful, and just does not know how to do it properly.
Despite the fact that I literally said on the show, I have no aspirations to be a big YouTuber. I have no aspirations to be successful. All I want to do is put out
Is make a
content
lot of
for
money.
my audience and make a living doing it. Meaningful content for a small group. is
Meaningful
what I want.
equals
That's
money.
what I actually like more. I literally said this on the show, and he thinks the opposite. Well, maybe if you would take that fucking hat off and take the cotton out of your ears, you'd hear what I actually said in your own interview.
Not the hat.
And I mean,
How are you going to make fun of people wearing a hat,
you've
DSP?
done the amount of shit that he's done without being
Oh, because he's wearing a hat for free?
and holding yourself accountable. He's never going to be able to shed that stigma that he has.
How was I never honest or held myself accountable? Did you not see me react to my own Down the Rabbit Hole, react to the John Rambo and Howard video from last year, and literally fess up?
What? They didn't take hours out of their life to watch a 7-hour video? How dare they not do that?
To so many mistakes that I have made, right? Like, what are you speaking? What are you talking of? You're talking about. Here's what he's talking about: WWE champions. Like literally,
Yep. They had a chance to prove it was not yours. You didn't take it because it is yours. And now it's too late.
that's what he's talking about. That's it. It's like they took one issue out of the entire history of everything. They took one fucking thing.
Guys, I've been a judge for 22 years. Now they're trying to take this one case out of my 22-year career where I took bribes to find this mobster not guilty, and they want to throw me in jail for it, guys. But I've been doing this for 22 years. They want to take that one instance where I took bribes and let a mobster out of prison. This is bullshit, guys. These evil troll detractors trying to cost me my career after I spent 22 years on the bench, all because I let one mobster go for a small bribe. Gee, DSP, I wonder why people would harp on that one time a judge took a bribe. Can't imagine why.
Right? They took one joke from a stream last summer. It's a joke that's completely out of context to my
Completely out of context, you were selling a black child on a slave trade.
normal content. I don't usually joke like that. It was a joke that was misinterpreted by a lot of negative people being negatively saying it was a racist joke. Wasn't intended that way. It's still a dark joke. It's definitely still too dark. It's not in my normal style. Well, that's him every stream then. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Right? What do you speak? What?
Grab your bag, she's gonna steal it because she's black. And of course, Phil's Claire, I'm not gonna say. And oh, just last week with an Asian woman on screen.
None of what they're saying makes sense. It's like they weren't paying any attention.
It's impossible. Right now, unless he owns up to it, it'll never happen.
Own up to what? To the one thing? You're literally harping on one fucking thing. You ignored everything else.
Because everyone will always hold that against him. And, you know, he just wants to, like, pretend like all of it, oh no, it's all in my past. Like, let me just start fresh. And it's never going to happen, dude. You
Right.
can't start fresh because the internet is forever. And all your shit's on the internet.
Yeah, but so because people have done things in the past that are bad, you can never forgive them and never believe that they ever got better. That's what he's saying. Wow, you're an awesome person, Adam. Like, really. Let me make sure to not look at your past and find anything you've ever done, man. Holy shit. No one drudge up his past, right? Like, what
Does he have a past of declaring bankruptcy while spending $100,000 on gacha? No? I think it's gonna be okay.
are you talking about? You're not supposed to fucking ever improve and be better from your past, according to this guy. You can never, ever, like, wow.
You can improve. You don't. Because you never take responsibility for your actions.
That's interesting.
own your shit, it's just going to keep piling on you.
Right.
I think-
the closest he was going to get would have been after the show.
Yesterday.
Right.
This
No,
was
he
the
didn't.
closest he ever had
Right.
to finally resetting, and he chose not to confirm
the
with you,
offer.
Craig, and he chose to fucking talk shit on Keemstar after the show. And it's like, bro, what the
Because Keemstar's a piece of shit. We said we were going to do it.
Wow. But remember, the only thing DSP knows about Keemstar is from documentaries he watched on YouTube. You know, the same thing he tells people not to watch about him.
On the show, it doesn't mean shit. Keemstar is a piece of shit. No one likes him. All right? People deal with Keemstar because they want clout or they want money. All right? That's why. I can say whatever I want about him. I talk shit. He talks shit about me too. Way more than I've ever
Ow.
talked shit about him. You're out of your mind. I'm supposed to kiss his butt because I was happy. I want nothing to do with the guy. I already said this multiple times. I want absolutely nothing to do with that man at all. Like I said, if I ever had a business arrangement with Keemstar, he would literally try to control me for the rest of my life. He would literally.
He would have a boss, and we all know he never wants to have a boss again. Main reason why he'll never have a real job again is because he doesn't want a boss. Can you imagine? DSP, you're scheduled to show up at 9. But, boss, I was up until 5 o'clock in the morning getting drunk. Couldn't possibly make it in at 9. So I had to show up at noon.
Really like a puppeteer with strings. It's like, well, I helped fill out that one time, so now he's beholden to me for the rest of the life, right? That's the kind of guy he is. He's ultra controlling.
Keemstar can pull my strings all he wants to. He gives me $50,000 up front and then more money, especially when they sign a Spotify deal and get $1 million off of it and split it with me. Hell yeah, he can pull my strings.
Why do you think when he tried to control me with
Get
getting
that
me
Easter
to
Hogan.
do this show, and I would not play by his rules, right? I would not just do exactly what.
DSP, you got to show up at 9 a.m. your time once a week for this podcast. But that's so early. I'm up until at least 4 o'clock in the morning playing WWE Champions. Can't make it to your podcast. DSP, I already paid you $50,000. If you don't make it, you'll be breaching contract and I will sue you. But I don't have money for a lawyer to defend myself.
What he wanted, right? Drop my entire stream to answer the phone for him, and I didn't even know it was him. Correct? He's so upset because he wants to be in control of everything at all times.
You're not wrong, Al Frank. He did work at his desk company.
Why do
Still
they
got
like
fired.
him so much? Are you stupid? Have you not done any kind of research on this man on the internet that's factual? And that's the difference. They'll say, oh,
DSP. People watch videos about you on the internet, and you hate that. It's not accurate, guys. It's not me. It's the detractors taking stuff out of context. Why do you hate Keemstar? Because of all the videos I watch about him on YouTube. Fucking hypocrite.
oh, Keemstar and Phil are the same. They both get to hate. No. The things Keemstar has done are well publicly documented, and they're not circumstantial
Just like your stuff is well documented.
evidence. He fucking talks shit about mental illness to people like Etika, and what happened there. He's false.
DSP. When someone doesn't agree with you, you call them a mentally ill idiot.
Falsely accused people on the internet that, and he literally factually proven he's orchestrated events, dramatic events that weren't real to get stuff, popularity for his content. It's factually proven. The stuff you're accusing me of is not factually proven. It's bullshit. Bullshit. There's a difference. Hated for bullshit, hated for facts. It's not rocket science unless you like the guy because you want to kiss his butt because you like riding on the clout that you have having him on your show. Let's be honest here.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, I know
Yeah.
that's more.
Well-
I got more to say. I'm just.
Say, just so you know, Flash will be.
The funny part again is that none of this was said when I was there. Do you understand? Why do you say
Now it was said because they hadn't met you yet. They had interviewed you for 5.5 hours. And just have you lie to them the entire time. And refuse to show your phone.
this behind my back? Right? Why is this said where I was there?
Anime Gun, how's it going?
I was fucking there. If you have things to say to me, say it to my face. Why did you wait till the next day? You know? It doesn't make any sense at all. None. Except we wanted to profit. Profit.
on the show April 7th. So
Nice.
So
My sister's birthday.
all right, nice. We'll
Happy
be
birthday.
in a private Discord. Yeah, that viewer actually came in yesterday and last night when I was talking about this a little bit, and I was actually going to bring them up during the stream, just didn't have an opportunity. So
Who?
Yeah. Craig is a
This is so fucking good. Debbie, shout out. We know that one.
aware of like
Yes, I do.
90% of all of this stuff.
I know way
This
too
is
much
nothing.
about Phil.
Yeah.
Way
There's
too
nothing.
Yeah.
This is
She's
just again. They took
roasting
every
you,
super
dude.
chat,
You
read it
hate
out,
it.
and just, yes, it's all true. 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 That's not professional. I'm not there. I'm not there. You had me on the show.
And streaming, they can't finish it. Like a show that goes like horribly wrong after what, like 6 seasons, but you have to keep watching because you want to know how it ends.
I think
Yeah.
it's more
That's
like
it.
I think it's more like why Jersey.
Anyway, no one's watching me because it's like Jersey Shore. You fucking moron. Good lord.
Congrats on that homeownership,
But those are Italian people on Jersey Shore, aren't they?
dude. There you go.
Sounds smart.
But you'd probably watch Jersey Shore. It's probably your favorite show.
Actually, yeah, smart.
Get a good ROI on your house for sure. All right, let's see. I think we got a few more. I'm still. Golly,
They're never gonna end.
chat
This
is
is their
so
whole
busy.
show. Is just reading negative super chats about me.
Mr.
Good.
Dr. Inspector.
Okay, one actually had nothing to do with me. I can't believe
We'll
it.
probably
Right?
pay taxes on it first before we spend it.
1651. That's an inside joke with all.
1651, holla holla.
Blah. Just keep going. Let me just, for the sake of it, let me fast forward a bit. Let's go like 20 minutes forward and let's see what they're talking about. Okay.
inner peace or whatever, you know.
Right. I 100% agree. 100%
Me
agree.
too. Yeah, I hope so.
Here we go.
Dark Seed of Flow
It's,
says,
this is 20 minutes later. It continues, right?
That
20
being
minutes later, this is
said,
the whole
shout
show.
out.
The whole show is just about me.
Everyone wants to know, what are the chances you'll appear on That Being Said or other distractor streams? I've told.
And I think they've already said that they will do it.
I'll definitely appear on their show. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, see, he already said he'll do it. That's
We've got a lot of
awesome.
coming up.
Shout out
Maybe
That
on,
Being
Tuesday
Said.
Night main event on Tuesday coming up as well. So that's
Great
gonna be really
show.
cool.
Great show.
Talking to me
Decent
about
gamer.
that.
Don't know what that is. Anyway.
Start fresh. If you don't hold your, it's impossible. To
Here
start
we
fresh
go.
if you don't hold yourself accountable in any way. Congrats for the great work, guys.
Man,
I'm
he's
gonna
so
see
mad
that
about
for-
this. I love it.
Agile.
Jade, have a good
And
night.
I think that's why he's still sitting at like World 1-1. So
Well, and he has such a high view of himself. I said it to him, illusion of grandeur, man. Like you really think that you're this freaking king on this pedestal that everyone needs to worship you. And give
What
you
the fuck are you talking about? I'm a king on a pedestal that needs to be worshipped. We explained what the King of Hate moniker meant, right? We did. We actually went through it on the show. That has nothing to do with anything like that whatsoever, right? I said I'm a small-time guy. I'm a flawed. Everything I said on the show was to explain that I have absolutely no big thoughts or aspirations about myself or my content. But you see, it's a giant king, and everyone should kiss his butt. Yes, you're right. That's why I take it every opportunity to always be on top of everything, right? I totally don't. What a wow. Yeah. If you want to talk about people who unprepared, this guy knows absolutely nothing about me whatsoever. Zero besides the hate that's come in. That's what he hears. He knows nothing about me or my content whatsoever.
With the king,
You had
feasting
it
with the
really well
king.
for a long time because there was no competition. You got into
This
YouTube
is correct.
early, man. Like good shit, but you didn't continue to evolve with the
This is
internet.
all correct.
You stayed stagnant, like thinking that you were worth people's attention.
Correct. I've talked about all this publicly in the Down the Rabbit Hole and other places. 100% correct. I've admitted to this.
And you weren't.
Correct.
You have to adjust and cater to your audience, and he didn't.
Correct.
His audience slowly grew in the wrong direction by people making fun of him, and instead of owning it and using it, like Keem talked about, that's what he does. He's like, I got the most detractors, and I use them. They're my fans. They make me more money because of the hate. And
But he makes shit content that's harmful to others. That's how he got over it. He doesn't make gameplay videos, Adam. He doesn't interact with his audience in a nice, positive way. He's a jerk. He hurts people to make money. Everything he does is deriding others, making fun of others, bringing others down, and then making money off
And
it.
what do you
He's
do,
like,
DSP?
He has a giant chessboard of what he considers the world of lolcows.
The king is
right?
suffering,
Or
remember?
anyone who's having a problem, and he moves the pieces around the chessboard, and he watches money fly off the chessboard into his pockets. That's how he made his money. How are you okay with that?
bitter.
Tell
then
me,
he
and
just-
again, what I said is the difference between me and Keem. I've never hurt anyone with my content. Who did I hurt by making a bad Let's Play? Who did I hurt, right? With his stuff? Nothing. This guy's constantly hurting people.
no out on his own audience when they didn't support him anymore, and it was just like he just got worse and worse and worse. It's just like, bro, it's so obvious, like, but he can't see it.
What are you talking? What? Dude, this guy is a fucking dunce. He did nothing. He literally didn't do any research at all. Like, what are you talking about? I outright admitted it. We've already talked about it on stream in React events. You fucking tremendous black hole of emptiness in your brain. It's documented that I fucking talked about it.
Wow,
Why is no
what
one
did I
comment-
ever-
No, actually, fair enough. He did say this because no one
What did I ever say or do that ever hurt anyone? Then he goes on a rant about how these are, well, a bunch of bad words about someone.
did the research.
Yeah,
No
Panda,
one did the
Rambo,
research. It
Howard.
was just, we only listened to what the detractors said. And according to the detractors, he never grew. He never admitted nothing. They only listened to the detractors. What a bunch
I
of
really
fucking
think
idiots.
you got a point, and I think what Keith
Wow.
said was right too. It's one of them things. Like, I think if he would have owned up to his mistakes as they happened, as they came along, it would have been way different.
Correct.
But instead, he got to a point where he denied, and it's so much now. It's just a mountain.
Well, it depends. 'Cause out of all these people, I think Travis is the most, I hate to say it, the guy who thinks the best about this shit. And he probably, you know what I mean? Like, what he's saying kind of makes sense. Except, yes and no, because, yeah, he's absolutely right. When I made mistakes and things went wrong, I was always like a peak-headed idiot, and I wouldn't admit that I did anything wrong. That was old Phil. Today, with, you guys call me out on stuff, and all the time. So, you're right, let's change it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Travis, I think, out of all these people, is the voice of reason a lot of the time. Craig is just kind of the host, but he's kind of like the figurehead. But when you listen to all of them talk, Travis has some good takes, in my opinion.
He ever let it go? How could he admit? Because he has to admit so much all at once. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous now. It's so much.
I'll say this. I've been doing this longer than Phil, and
That's
there's
true.
a certain time.
By the way, guys, there's a lot of tips and things coming in. I'm absolutely going to shout them out before the end of the stream, which is probably in about a half
But
hour.
how
or
can
so.
you
We're
shout them
watching
out?
this
They're not allowed to
for
shout out
2.5 hours,
stuff.
Just ragging on me.
Oh, you're allowed to shout
You
out, but
can't
they're
watch
not?
2.5
That's what I
hours of this
thought.
shit. But I think I'm proving my point here, no? How unfair this was.
where you need to eat humble pie, where you need to, where somebody needs to go like, hey, dude, like, look, Screw Attack was a very big deal in its time.
Correct.
Right, during its time, it was a big deal. We did billions of views on the internet.
Yep.
Right. Like
Bu-
it was insane.
Billions, not millions. Billions. Bill Gates, billions of views on like DSP.
But that was it.
Right.
That was long gone.
Where's he gotta call him
Everybody
names, guys? He
thinks
has any
I'm
other
big, or
defense.
I'm popular, or I'm you know what? Never.
When you have no other defense other than name calling, it's because that's all you have. Because you know you're wrong.
Never. Never at all. It's completely the opposite.
Relevant online. I'm a piece of sand in this giant vast ocean.
Right.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's important to understand and for to be humbled at a point. And that happened to me. That's happened to me where and I don't think that's happened to Phil.
What are you talking about? Oh my! Again, they watched nothing. They literally watched nothing. They've watched no content
They watched probably dozens of videos sent to them by the detractors.
of mine. Anything within the last few years, they only watched distractor highlights. There's no way they could say shit like this
I mean that video of you selling a black girl to the slave trade from 8 months ago?
and actually watched my content.
That's within the
It's
year.
not possible. It's just not possible. And they're supposed to be objective interviewers. They watched nothing.
They were objective. And then you lied to them for 5.5 hours.
They did not. They did all the negative research and none of the positive. Again, did they ask a certain person, any one person who's a fan of my content, what do you like about Phil? What's the positives about him? Why do you watch him if he has all this hate again? They didn't do that. They fucking just went and watched every detractor. They talked to. It's a Gundam. Yeah, you're really gonna get an intelligent discussion out of that guy. I'm sure. Wow. They're literally every word they're saying.
And
They're saying.
and I hope that yesterday was an opportunity for him, but I don't think he's going to take that.
It was an opportunity, but
Right, but
he's so stubborn that he probably is sitting there thinking that we fucked him over. Like, we totally fucked him.
No, the
When
interview
it's
didn't
like,
fuck me.
"No,
This
dude."
is what fucked me. Right here. This is what fucked me, you idiot. Not the interview. The interview was fine. The interview was exactly
When have I ever insulted or hurt anyone, you idiot?
as I expected it to go. But the day when you decided I'm just gonna do a second profitable stream,
Yeah, it's
shitting on
either directly his raw content or his content with commentary. Like mine.
the guy that's not there to stick up for himself, that's where you fucked me over.
We were giving you the realest
Mhm.
opportunity you have ever had to win back your audience.
Again, how? By saying I did something I didn't do. You came into the interview 100%.
All you had to
believing
do
I
was
would
show
do it.
your phone
That's
to
not what I
Craig,
do.
and you refused to do it
It's not legitimate.
because you know you're
You fucked up. You told me
Down
one
from
thing.
the rafters.
I came in with the notion of what you told me. You completely lied to me. You just proved it with that statement. Well, yesterday was we gave him that opportunity. You can't give someone an opportunity unless you already think they're guilty. You see what I'm saying? Like, you fucked up horribly with this interview. You don't understand that now all of your integrity is gone. Anyone who goes on your show,
Like you have
of
any
your interview
integrity,
could never
DSP.
trust you ever again. You're really like, thank God I didn't send them anything. Really, like, what the fuck?
Oh, he would cause a fire that's
Evolve.
burning down the condo.
Level up.
No, you
Level
firefighter,
up.
you can't save me. I didn't do anything wrong. Why are you trying to save me? There's no fire, snort.
Yeah, my God.
Dude, all right. Well, there it is.
What Floor says, it was a train wreck. that
Same
keeps-
thing. Here we go. Let's skip ahead again. Right?
Oh,
Let's
people
try
making
again.
fun of him. Don't like that.
And I ordered no show socks.
No. Are they finally done? Was that it?
But it's expenses. He doesn't keep track of them. He's not
Right.
written down.
I got them all written right here. Trav, you know what the funny thing is there? You know that paper was just blank. It was blank.
Sure.
Here it comes. I saw this on Twitter. Here it comes. The blank piece of paper that... No, guys, I didn't totally just randomly scribble on it right now.
The paper right here with all my expenses written on it? Right here, motherfucker? Right here? The paper with writing all over it? Here. Ready? It's literally still at my fucking desk, you idiot. God, these people, again, you want to talk about disingenuous. They didn't believe a word I said. Here, I just want to make sure that I don't have
Because all you have is a piece of paper that you probably scribbled something on eventually.
personal accounts on here, right? I'm trying to think, like, because I don't want you to see what accounts I have, right? Obviously. Can I show you this paper? Not really. Right off the bat, there's like 2 accounts that are personal accounts, you guys should know about.
What, your Pornhub account?
Fuck. Because I wish I could have folded it. Yeah, already healed. Because all my utility companies' names are on here and everything. Maybe I should fold it a certain way. Not that I should have to do this, right? Here, maybe if I do a crazy folding job, right? And this is really stupid. But just to show how dumb they are, okay? I'm literally just going to show you one tiny part, alright? One tiny part of it. Yeah. You know, I could cut it up maybe. Again, I'm trying to show you without, again. So Phil wants to prove what he's saying is true. But even just to show you this paper has personal shit on it that can expose. You understand what I'm saying now?
What child is writing electric bill this much, water bill this much on pen and paper? Why is this shit not on your computer and saved to like flash drives and shit? Why is this handwritten in crayon by you?
About proving innocence? Like, literally, I'm like, right here. Well, here's a utility company. You can't show you the name of the company, right? Here's, you know, here's this. Here's the account. I can't show you. If you see this, you're gonna fucking people will do shit, you know? Literally, because I wrote all the names. Instead of putting, like, garbage removal, I put the name of the company. I can't show you that. So, sucks. But this is the fucking paper right here with all of it on it.
I just can't show it to you guys.
But I think you understand the point. Even that. I was going to read it off one by one.
Yes, crayon bills coming soon.
Like, the only thing I show is website charge and mortgage, probably, is the only thing on here that I could show you that doesn't have anything on there that you should know about, right? Yeah. Taking a look. Jesus. Because everything else puts me in exposure, right? 2 last things is any earnest person would understand why you can't show it. Like, even if I fold it this way, right? Like this. And fucking like this. Right? Like this. It's like origami. I have to fold it 400 times to even show anything that can be shown. Right?
DoorDash Total Wine beating number one bills.
Just to show that I'm not full of shit. Right? So, what is that? What is that account? Okay, that's okay, I guess. That's okay. What is that? Hulu. You can see Hulu. All right? So here we go.
But you canceled Hulu because you don't have the money. Now suddenly you have Hulu again? Where'd the money come from?
All right? So, just to, I'll pre-read it. It's the website that I have, my website, dspgaming.com, the mortgage payment, my phone bill, which I'm going to cover, the name of the company, and my car insurance. Okay? Oh, you can't, oh, there you go. Can you kind of see the writing? Oh my God, you can't see it. The camera won't even adjust. Yeah. Fuck. Well, you can't see it. You saw writing. You see writing. Okay, you can see writing. You see I'm not full of it. There's fucking writing on the paper right there. I can't, the camera won't do it. But there you go. That's
Wow. Such amazing proof and evidence. DSP, this is why no one fucking believes you, because your so-called evidence is not evidence.
It's literally every month, paper, my expenses that I'm going to read to them. And the point they're making, all right, here's the point they're making, because we can address this, all right? I know, you can't see shit. I wasn't going to prove nothing. The point they're making is, you know, they asked, what are $5,000 a month in business expenses? I don't even know where that comes from because I don't know what they're talking about. You understand? Well, I don't get it. I don't even know what they're talking about. All right? I don't, you know, I have no clue.
This is where it's coming from, jackass.
Because I don't know if that's from the bankruptcy report, if that's a tax return, if that's data that was taken from a tax return and transferred to a bankruptcy report. I don't know what that entails because I don't know what's considered in business income one way or another for taxes versus, you know, bankruptcy report. I have no clue. I'm not a legal expert on this shit. I would never be able to answer that question for anyone. So instead I said, here's what I can do. I can literally pull up my monthly expenses and read through this. So you guys can know exactly what I spend every month. Would you like to hear it now? Because they wouldn't let me do it. They cut me off. Here's my monthly expenses. Are you ready for this? First of all, there's a reminder on here that at the beginning of every month I should, you know, cash out what I make on Patreon and then send my Patreon private DMs for people who are owed their perks. We've got Hulu, Comcast, which is my internet. Everyone knows that. My monthly condo dues, my Game Pass subscription, YouTube Premium. I have no idea to pay federal
can't forget he has
taxes every
YouTube
month.
Premium. So he has YouTube Premium, he has Hulu, he has Netflix, he has HBO Max now. DSP, I thought you had no money.
My garbage removal, my water bill, my website charges, my mortgage, my phone bill, my car insurance. I still have monthly payments to Amazon for a few things I bought last year that are almost done. Payments to attorneys, okay? Medical payments that I'm doing ongoing every month. My back tax payments that I do every month. My car payment that I do every month. My
He's very good
bill,
at lying.
My health insurance. And then I have notes at the bottom of things that are important. And for example, be sure to prepare for your dues next month or whatever. Like, that's it. And then I have a note at the top. Every, like, quarterly I have to do business taxes for the state. Quarterly. So I have a note of what month that I have to pay those. Okay?
You also have taxes to the federal government. Holy fuck. So he only pays his quarterly business tax to the state. He doesn't pay it to the federal government. This is why he's always on a fucking payment plan, because he doesn't pay the government what he owes them. DSP just said on stream, well, last night, that he only pays his quarterly business tax, not the federal business tax quarterly that he's supposed to be doing.
Like literally, that's it. That's what I pay every month. And of course, not on there would be, for example, you know, if I have to buy a specific game, stuff like that, something comes up that I have to spend on. Of course, there's nothing on there like groceries. That's weekly. That's normal stuff. This is my list of expenses every month, right? So I don't know where the numbers come from. How the fuck would I know? Why am I expected to know that? That information.
Because they're your numbers that you gave them.
Something that's supposed to be public. You know what I mean? No one goes into that shit. You know, like I said, that was the most ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous bankruptcy ever. Even the judge admitted it, said, I've never seen anything like this before. This circus that it became, right? Anyway, let me put this back. Yes, my fake piece of paper. Fucking idiot. But you see what I mean? Like, even something as easy as that. You think, oh, that's easy. That's, you know, it's not a big deal. It is. That's exposure. Right now, if I showed you the name of companies that I'm paying, utility companies and shit, that could hurt me. They've done it before. Years ago, they called my electric company, tried to turn on my electricity, right? Right in the middle of my work week. Like, now, that would have been terrible if I didn't have the notification that was going to happen, right? So, oh, Stuttering Craig wrote me an email. That's nice. Craig, apparently right now you're ripping us a new asshole. What do you think I was going to do? Do you think I was going to be happy of what you did today? Your actions are heinous, dude. You
So
literally did
heinous.
the interview completely unfairly. You didn't approach it objectively. You admitted it in your email to me. All you did was sit and listen to detractors. Then you sat and took money from detractors. And then you sat and took money from detractors again. This is not an interview. This is not professional. This is not what a professional would want to do. You literally are happy, right? You are happy, very happy that you got this. Don't lie now. Come on. I mean, seriously, dude. You're so excited that this has happened for you, right? Anyway. Yes, the paper was blank.
Tickle Bruno came in with the $55.
See? So keep reading the negative stuff because he keeps doing it, right?
He says, goes without saying, great job the interview. You really brought up a good point about DSP's mental health. I think we're dealing with someone that's a few sandwiches short of a picnic. Normal thought process goes from A to B to C. Instead, his process goes from G to hey to blue to hey Macarena. I think he needs to get help first before he tries to fix relationships around him. There's only so much someone can take before it sends them to a dark place. Hopefully, he finds clarity.
If it were true that my mental health was bad, right? Why do you think that is, Craig? Maybe
You're
it's
a piece of
because
shit.
when I have an opportunity that I actually think I'm going to be treated nicely or fairly, I still don't get treated nicely or fairly, right? Again, there was
'Cause you
nothing
don't
wrong
deserve
with
it.
the interview. If you had left it at that interview, and that was the end all be all of it, and that was it, that's it, right? It would have been done, and it would have been over with. Instead, you did this. This is completely underhanded, dishonest, shooting gallery, attack Phil, take money,
Dishonest,
just shit on him
guys.
constantly. This is wrong.
You
what
lied
did.
to them for 5.5 hours.
That's
I can't imagine why they're mad at you.
Yesterday is
And don't like you.
I know personally, and I know everybody here wants what's best for him as a human.
So what are you doing? So what's best for me is to sit here for 2.5 hours and take payments from my detractors and literally regurgitate the negative memes about me.
Yes.
This is the best thing for me. This is what's best for you, bro. Let's be honest here. This whole thing was all about you. You reached out for a fun guest on your show. You hit the gold mine with the amount of drama, and you capitalized on it. You've banked on it, right? Or else this would have been Mario Kart, Craig. This was
Yeah,
Mario
true. There's
Kart.
no cure for
See the four of you
sociopathy.
playing Mario Kart right
Well,
now? Is
you
this
know,
a great
bullet,
stream that
but-
you planned on? No. No, you
Usually
literally
ends in
are
nowadays
capitalizing on
lethal
the pain of
injection,
others.
not electric
1
chair
million
anymore.
%. It's fucked up, dude.
I want
Yeah.
Phil to be in a good place, and I think that's the hardest thing about it is like, how do you say that to somebody? Like, dude, listen.
All right, enough of this. I'm just curious if we go like another 20 minutes and they're still doing it. Let's go to this nice big super chat.
Tell you what. I'm literally 45 minutes behind on the super chats. I want to give you, Adam, an opportunity, and we will read all these super chats.
Adam's the best.
Here we go. Adam's gonna go off. This will be
But I'm gonna give you,
hilarious.
Adam, the opportunity to kind of say what you wanted to say, your overall thoughts about the interview, because you're the one person that we haven't really heard from after yesterday, and I think you're the person people probably want to hear from most.
Please listen to Adam's
I
rant.
don't even know how to start like, to really give my thoughts on it. I'm almost. That's fine.
No, I did not
Real
pre-watch
quick,
this. I don't know what
while
he's about to say.
I'm going to scroll the super chats on the bottom so they get acknowledged while you're talking, and
Okay.
just know that we see them and we're reading them and we acknowledge them and we thank you. So the floor is yours, though. Adam. So.
Didn't watch it beforehand, but he knew to
You
stop
know,
there.
I've traveled around a lot in the world. I've met a lot of people in my life. a lot of people that use and lie to get ahead, and it feels like that's kind
Lie
of
to
the world
get
we live
ahead.
in right now. You know, people don't want to work hard for easy living. People want the easy path to easy living.
I've definitely had the easiest path to an easy living, guys. Let me tell you, this has been the easiest.
You live in a
most
gated
least
community
bumpy
in
ride. I've
Northwest
had no hurdles and no
America,
problems. It's just been an
driving
easy
a
street all
car.
along the way. Right.
And life
You don't have
is
to
a
work.
challenge. You know, you have to work to be successful. The most successful people work their ass off to become successful. And I feel like most of these internet personalities, they try to get the easy path, and a lot of the people that
I don't like how he poured
are
grease on the
successful in this
toilet.
world work their ass
Terrible.
off. Like, say what you will about Tim Pool, that dude works his fucking ass off and deserves the success that he's made, right? I mean, it doesn't matter what happened between him and I.
Oh, if they got
Like, he
Cyrix
works his
on there,
ass
that'd
off.
be
He's
hilarious.
Very knowledgeable about what he does.
Okay.
He earned his success. That's
How does that have to do with me?
right? Someone like DSP, he just wants that success without any of the hard work.
I want all that success without any of the hard work. I haven't worked hard. I'm one of the most. I won't say I'm the most. I'm one of the most prolific gaming content creators in history. Over
Quantity is
100,000
not
videos, 15
quality.
years of almost every day, full time, putting out gameplay.
You
videos.
do it the laziest
Set
way
schedules,
possible.
Right? This guy has absolutely, positively no knowledge of me whatsoever.
I've
Zero.
looked at some
And they're
Cyrix
giving
of
him
and
an avenue
holy
to
shit,
spout
that's off the
nonsense.
charts.
He literally knows nothing about me. I lost friendships and relationships because I was
you're such a
addicted to
scummy
work. I was
piece of
addicted
shit.
to putting out so many videos in a day. Right? The
you
reason why
used
I actually
everyone
got
around you.
the popularity I did early was because I was the guy who was beating games so fast and immediately getting those playthroughs out within 2-3 days. Like, what are you speaking of? You have absolutely no concept of anything. You went into the interview with zero knowledge and you walked out with all the negative associations. All you listened to were the bad things about me. What you're saying is factually disproven, but you don't care.
Nope, it's
He
true.
thinks that he's working hard. I work 6 days a week he tried to lay out this whole thing that he works all day and 12
Yeah.
hours. He only gets an hour with his wife. Like, bro, that's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
You should spend more time with your wife. You
You're
should
right.
spend more time doing other things.
You're right.
And then
I want
making
to.
yourself right. I turned into a fucking therapist yesterday, and I'm not a therapist. I'm just a logical based person that I'm a straight shooter. I call it as I see it. I said it yesterday. My friends call me honest asshole because I'm always honest with them. But they appreciate that with me because I'm gonna be honest. Like, if you're doing some shit that I think is stupid, I'm gonna call you out on it. I'm gonna tell you, like, you're being a fucking idiot. Be
That is
smart
so
with your money.
good.
Stop. You're
Again, I
spending-
had no issue with the interview. The interview was fine. When I got out of that interview, I defended these guys and said I thought the interview was fine. This segment, this whole show is fucked up and wrong.
$1.
Yes, Wesley, you gotta know
on-
from
on
birth
freaking
before you can say
mobile
anything
pay,
about 'em.
$1 is too much. If you can't afford to fucking eat or pay your rent,
No shit.
or pay
Correct.
fucking electricity bills, what the fuck are you wasting money?
I'm not
Like,
spending $1 on it when I can't pay my bills. What are you talking about? Where's the evidence of that?
You said during the interview you spent $15 on Street Fighter Duel. You're crying and begging your fans for money. I won't be able to pay my HOA fees. My power's gonna get cut off. I won't be able to feed Jasper. I won't be able to get the supplies I need on my day off. But then you turn around and admit that you spent $15 on a game. Probably 115, but if you can't buy food to feed your fat wife, you shouldn't be spending $15 on WWE champions.
Right? When did I ever say the question they had asked me was,
If Keen got a DSP documentary greenlit on Netflix or any other streaming service, oh my, that would be insane. I would turn it into a total show and promote that forever.
did you spend on games this month? I said like probably $15. You know, and they said, and I said it wasn't even on WWE Champions. It was on the new, the new Street Fighter game. I did like those daily $1 or whatever, right? This month this didn't happen. I have no money. Like, what are you talking about, right?
You shouldn't spend a cent. So it's like, even that he admitted that he's spending any amount of money on that shit was too much. It's like, come on, dude. Be smart about your money. It was so clear throughout yesterday that he's a fucking idiot when it comes to spending money. Yeah, I said it, Phil. I'm not.
Oh, I don't care.
I'm just being brutally
Say what
honest.
you want about
honest
that.
asshole, all right, you get what you get when you're talking to me. All right, you came and clearly, fuck, that was a bad pun too. Jeez. You know what I mean? Like, you came on our show, and things happened, right? So
Don't care about
it's
what
very
happened on the
clear
show.
You're hiding something, and people are making really good points that you're probably scared you're going to get in trouble from going through that bankruptcy. You said yesterday the bankruptcy saved you. Like, everything was going to be good from now on. Twitch was paying you well, and these fucking assholes ruined your shit on Twitch because you say racist shit. And it's like, all right, you do. Like, all right.
No, that's not what happened at all. That's
You do serious shit. They showed you the selling of black child to the slave trade.
I didn't get banned from Twitch because I say racist shit.
Oh no, that was the Philza and a couple other racist slurs.
Never said racist shit on Twitch.
Yes, you
Never
did.
happened. They banned me for things that happened a decade ago. completely out of context. It's like something you did from your past when you were young, you were an immature idiot. And by the way, it was allowed back then. And now you're getting banned from things today.
No, it wasn't. Guys, it was allowed to drive by and shoot up houses. So why am I getting in trouble for it today? Sir, it wasn't legal 10 years ago. What the fuck did you think? How did you even think it was legal back then? I wasn't arrested back then, so you can't arrest me now.
Pay for it. Like, what are you talking about? When do I say this stuff? What are you this guy has no idea what he's speaking of. None.
Those fucking jokes. But don't be surprised when you get booted off the platform who are very clearly in the woke, man. Twitch is... I don't like Twitch. I don't like they fucked over the partner program. It's not even worth being a partner anymore. And they have the freaking a deer on their freaking head of their... I don't know what the hell it's called. Like, who gets to be on? Like, I think it's a they. No, it's a deer. It's a deer self. I don't know what the fuck they...
By the way, we have a lot of contributions that we'll be shouting out soon. Just so you know, because I can't keep going all night. I just wanted to hear what he had to say, and he doesn't have much to say. It's all like, lack of knowledge, talking out of the ass, don't even know what I'm talking about. Same shit detractors.
Was
That's all
racism
he has. The
allowed?
knowledge he has is what the detractors told him. He
You got banned from Blip TV for being racist.
That shit is crazy. But that's who's working at Twitch now. So what are you surprised that your whole Twitch career just got flopped because some people called you out for making some racist jokes?
I was on Twitch for 4.5 years, and then it happened. It wasn't like I started on Twitch and I got banned. I was on there for 4.5 years, and I never did a damn thing on there to get banned. And then they removed me from the partner program. How do you know?
You were suspended multiple times. You were sending emails before about shit you were doing, like being in the Zelda stream while spending 2.5 hours talking, which should have been in Let's Talk, so you got warned for that. You had multiple suspensions. They warned you multiple times, and you still fucked around.
The difference? Don't you understand the difference? It was a concerted effort. How is it that it also happened at Twitch and other places all at the same time? I told him this on the show, but they don't listen. God.
Fine. Make some racist jokes.
And he still says racist
be
stuff.
You. Don't fucking try to act like you've changed. Own who you are.
Don't make racist
be a
jokes,
fucking
you idiot.
bitch.
You sold a black child into the slave trade. Sounds like a racist joke to me.
Fucking be the person you want to be and fucking own it. Find a platform that's going to allow you to be that person. All right? I gave you two.
It looks like
ideas
a dollar store Ricky Gervais. That's awesome.
This is how you don't game. Use it to your...
Way too old for too late for that. That would have worked when the This Is How You Don't Play movement started, a decade ago. That definitely would have worked. But then I admit, 100%, I was stupid. I was absolutely dumb and did not capitalize on it like I should have. Instead, I got angry. That is my fault. But again, I've already publicly admitted this. He doesn't know that because he didn't do any research.
Advantage. Own who you are. All right? Put that fucking box of tissues behind you because you did wank on screen. All right? Fucking own it.
I did.
You're never going to catch me fucking pulling my dick out live because I'm not a fucking idiot. All right? You made the mistake. You were...
This is hilarious because this guy done dumb shit. Probably not that bad. But he's probably done some really dumb shit.
We've all done dumb shit. We don't do it on stream. I like a alone time with myself, but I don't do it on stream. A lot of people like alone time with themselves. They don't do it on stream though, unlike you.
Like, you gotta really think, like,
Giving
what
guts.
You're just setting yourself up for the fall, dude. Because everyone who said shit about shit like this to me, then they get exposed years later. It's not me that does it, but then they get exposed years later. It's way worse. Remember Pro Jared? Remember when he
Way to bring up Pro Jared.
tweeted about me for no good reason? What happened to him? I mean, dude, you can't be fucking...
Didn't Pro Jared
saying
come
shit
back
like
from all that
was
anyway,
just
so
dumb.
he's fine.
All right? I'm sick of people that are just like, I'm a victim. I'm a victim. Yes, being a victim happens.
Mullet Viking says, actually, he's already done worse. He was booted off of one of the most popular shows on YouTube to do this show instead. Really? I know nothing about this man. I know absolutely nothing about him. So you're saying he was on a popular YouTube show, he got kicked off, and now he's on this show, but he's going to laugh at me and make
Was
fun
he
of
on
me because I-
Timcast or
I-
something, I think?
But you're choosing to remain a victim and using it to milk your subscribers, the people that support you. You know what? I have no respect for people who take advantage of the people who support them. I love my chat. My chat.
And I love
is the
my chat. I love the great conversations that we have every single day. That's why I come to stream every day, to have nice personal conversations with the people who I spend time with all day long. Right?
Yeah, it was Tim Pool. All right.
And I'm able to sit in my house and talk about my opinions online.
Me too.
It's not that hard of a job. It's fun. I fucking love it.
Me too.
I get to play video games, and people watch me and pay me. Play video games.
Correct.
You get to do the same. You lucky fucking asshole.
You're right.
How dare you
And then he cries that it's so much hard work.
fucking bitch about it?
Who's
Oh,
bitching about it?
You!
I'm not bitching about the content I put out. I'm bitching about all the shit around it that I have nothing to do with. That's what I'm bitching about. All the nonsense that people have made up about me. Right? Who's complaining about? I love my job. I love the games I play. I love my audience. What are you speaking of?
All right? I'm sick of it. Stop being a fucking victim.
I'm not.
and
Listen,
own-
I'm not a victim. I already said on your show, no one should be contributing to me because they feel bad because people are hating on me. No one. I don't want no pity party on the internet.
Very nasty
If you
comments
support
12
me,
years
you
ago,
support me because you like my
guys.
content and you like me. That's it. I don't want people coming in. We don't have pity party streams and shit. We don't. So what are you talking about? You're
You've had
lecturing the wrong
multiple
person.
pity party
shit.
streams.
All right, I'm
You
done.
lectured the
Right,
wrong
right,
person.
right.
You literally
Every time you got booted from YouTube from false strikes, whatever, or what was going on with whomever, every time actually no, when he got booted off Twitch, he'd go over to YouTube and cry, "Guys, I just got a 3-day suspension on Twitch because I said Philza." It's bullshit. Just because I said Philza doesn't mean I should be suspended for 3 days, guys. Please help. One of my channels lost forever. Tip me. You did that multiple times when you were on Twitch. Jasper Fundraiser as well.
every point you made was wrong.
man,
Congratulations,
that's
Adam.
okay, that's okay.
Adam,
Good.
with the most uninformed rant of the year award. Yes, Adam. So everyone, applaud this man. Most uninformed man I've ever heard talk about me. Actually, like my detractors intentionally are uninformed and say.
If Keemstar got a hold of the actual Level 1 podcast, said, "Hey, you guys want to sue him for using your name, but you don't have the money for it. I got money. Come on my show, talk about this, and then we'll reveal that we're suing his ass for you using my money." That would be fantastic.
Wrong things. This man just made no effort to be informed whatsoever before he went off. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I don't think I've ever really seen
God, Keemstar
someone
should
as
so do
misinformed
that.
about me and then actually pretend like they knew what they were talking about. Right? Wow. But again, doing it on the show that I'm not on, so I can't counter it. That's pretty impressively amazing, isn't it?
Get it out. Get it out. I love it. I love it. Like, I think that at the end of the day, look, there are common themes on this show, right? Common sense and responsibility. Right? Those have been a common theme from the start, and everything you said rings true with those. Like, we are so freaking lucky to be able to
Hell
do
yeah,
Correct?
dude.
We all are. Anyone
So
making
fucking-
content on the internet is insanely lucky. I've said this a million times. The only reason I'm popular is because I started when I did. If I had started later, I never would have had absolutely anyone at all who would have watched me.
Lucky.
Right?
I love my life. I love doing what I do.
This guy sounds
I got-
just like me, what he's saying, which proves he never watched me if he thinks that we're different. We're literally like kindred spirits in this regard with how much we love what we do. But he just wants to insult me because everyone else says I'm a shithead. Good
buy
job,
my
Adam.
fucking house. I love my house, and it's all thanks to you guys. Like
This sounds exactly
people
like
support
me
online
every
all
day.
around the globe. I got
Wait, he
people
doesn't
all in
cry
different
and
countries
beg
that are
for
like,
money.
"You're fucking great. Thank you for doing what you do." Shout out from Panama.
That's the difference, DSP. He doesn't cry and beg for money. Just like the guy who spends $30,000 a month on Clash of Clans. He doesn't cry and beg for money. So, holy shit, he spends $30,000 a month on a mobile game? Yes. But he doesn't cry and beg for it. He doesn't cry that he's going to lose his house. He can't turn the heat on. His cat's going to starve. So, yeah, let him go ahead and spend $30,000 a month on Clash of Clans. That's the difference. Someone can sound just like you, but if they're not crying and begging their fans, then it's not the same.
Panama. Shout out from Ireland. Shout out from fucking wherever.
I have no idea if he makes so
It's
much
fucking
selling
awesome.
coffee, but who
I got
knows?
people all around the globe trying to support me, and it's like I will never look at them like a dollar sign. I've met
Correct, and I
people
don't
that
either.
do that.
Right.
And I have zero respect for it. There's many people in this circle that do that, and it's like, man, as soon as you do that, the audience knows.
Mhm.
They
That's
can-
why I'm
See you,
so-
Timo. Thanks
that's
for
why
hanging out.
I need to change for the better. I need to stop with the e-begging shit. I know that. I'm trying my best. That's why when I fall back on my old ways and when I have my fans emailing me and shit saying, "Dude, what are you doing?" I appreciate that. And it's happened recently and it really pisses me off. It does. You know what I mean? It really pisses me off that I do it. And I got to get better at it because I'm in a situation unlike him who probably, he's not financially tight. I'm incredibly financially tight because of all the shit I've been through over the years.
But you still spent, according to your own words, you still spent $15 on Street Fighter Duel. How are your bills and your finances so financially tight, but you still spent $15? And you have Hulu, and you have YouTube Premium, and you have HBO Max, and you have Amazon Prime, and you have Netflix. Gee, if you got rid of all those, it'd be $100 a month extra for you to spend on bills.
That's something I absolutely need to get better. I don't see my viewers as dollar signs. I don't say, "Oh, time to turn on that stream and let the dough start rolling." It's like, no, I want to turn on my stream and have fun, play a game, have a conversation, do a fun podcast. That's what I want to do. And then the money comes along with that. But again, this is something I've reiterated a million times in my own content. This guy knows nothing about me. He's lecturing no one. He's literally lecturing the wall at this point, right?
Feel it. They could sense it when you don't give a shit about them anymore, and then you start guilting them. Like, dude, you can't guilt your audience. They're gonna support you if you're worth supporting. Okay, and you cease being worthy of their support when you see
Who
them
is
as
he
dollar
ranting to?
signs instead of people that live fucking lives. That's life. As I said, life is tough. All right, they're choosing to.
I'm not even gonna listen to the rest of it, dude. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. He doesn't know me. I mean, it's so bad. Like, you're yelling at someone who agrees with you. It's like you walked into a church and you yelled out, "God is great." Yes, Adam. Anyway.
Like many skeptical detractors on Twitter, you guys shut me the F up and got me hat in hand. You guys crushed it. This is a great intro to side scrollers and want to see what's. Echidna says DSP said he promised his wife he would quit mobile games. Admitted he sank money into WWE. Might cause.
Oh fuck! Someone mentioned this in my chat earlier. No, this is actually apparently going to be happening. Keemstar showed up in DSP's chat today. Just saw the post on Twitter. Phil, I'm going to do a documentary on you. It's going to be worth your while. I'm not going to reach out to you. It's up to you to reach out to me. Good luck. Yeah, but these other people didn't have a Netflix contact. I do. Please don't twist my words. There was no threats. And that's not fair, Phil. That's clear manipulation. Since you're doing 0 things that I tell you to do, I am personally telling you to not contact me about the Netflix stock. Holy fuck! If this is fucking true, holy shit, if Keemstar actually gets this, I mean, I already have Netflix, but, so I can't do anything, but, Keemstar, if this actually happens, holy shit, please.
Trouble than just embarrassment.
What?
Well, that would actually make sense as why.
That would be fantastic.
He said that it would harm his family if his username got out. It's like, that actually, so he could be being honest.
They're making new conspiracies up now. Oh my god. I got a headache. I got a fucking headache, dude. I got a serious headache. Yes, what I said, just to clarify, because now people want me to clarify on that statement. What I said was I stopped playing mobile games like I used to. Remember, I admitted I used to play WWE Supercard, I used to play Dokkan Battle, I used to spend insane amounts of money on them. I know I admitted it. When I got with Cat, that was the end of that. When I got with Cat, that was it.
The entire
More
time.
important
Get
things.
Wings to play Dave. Oh, that'd be hilarious to piss him off even more.
Lion Robot says I was wrong. The side scrollers crushed it yesterday and also gave us 1 health.
All right, well, there's really nothing else to say. This is the whole thing, right? There's literally nothing else to address,
Demand that
correct?
get help. Right, for sure. And I think that when you have any sort of
Yeah, he said he quit them when Cat moved in. And I was like, no, I quit playing them like I used to. I used to spend thousands a day. Now I spend hundreds a day.
member or community member or even friend, you just, you can be harsh to them while spouting the truth.
Well, it's like
All right, because I got to start wrapping up with my own shit. My stream.
Yes, Wings as DSP would be hilarious.
So, here's the deal. Because I need to come to a conclusion here, and I actually have something to say. All right. Here's how this all ends. Okay.
And with
All right,
you
here's
on
how
your
it
stream
ends.
crying and begging for money. Imagine that.
Because I'm done with this now. All right. No, I'm not going to Duty Stream. Duty Stream can kiss my ass. Okay. Here's the deal. All right. Here's how we end it. You gave me. You promised me one thing. You gave me something else. Right. I thought from what I was doing when I was sitting there that it actually was legit. It was not. It was 100% coming from the wrong direction. Only talk to detractors. It was really, really disingenuous what Craig and his people did there to me. Okay. And the thing is, I'll be honest with you guys. Do you want to know the truth? This was all expected. 100%. It was. Basically, what I wanted to do, this is similar to last year, which we didn't talk about, which I said I wanted to talk about on that interview, and they never brought it up. This is incredibly similar to the situation where I had car repairs last year, and I wanted to test the waters and see, depending on what I mentioned to you guys publicly, what would happen, correct? So last year, my car broke down. I mentioned it on a stream, and basically what happened is all of my
wouldn't be allowed on the
detractors
No,
used their
gonna have Derek
bullshit
there.
identity theft information, okay? And basically, what I've seen is, again, the more information you give, they'll do whatever, and they hurt me. They actually used identity theft to find the documentation of the car repair that I did. Did it matter? No, it didn't matter at all, right? It had no purpose, but it was a test. If I just give a little bit of information out, what will happen? What happened is people use identity theft for no good reason to try to find out all my shit online, all right? So, the test was successful, and that's what I said. It's like, man, if I give out my information or whatever,
That was an
it doesn't
identity
even
theft.
matter
That
what,
was
you know,
literally
it's going to backfire.
calling
But in the case of this interview, this was also a
whatever
test.
place it was,
These guys
Firestone or something, like, hey,
were supposed to be.
where's my car?
Okay. These guys were supposed to be
How are you banning?
neutral. They told me they were neutral.
And they were
that was the
neutral.
thing. That was crazy. Coming in from neutral perspective, fair interview, and that's definitely not what it was. But I believed them. I was like, let's give this a shot, right?
Oh, look at that
Right?
hair
Let's
curl
give it a
like
shot.
he's Superman.
Let's see what happens. I told you. I went in. Did I trust Craig?
No,
Yeah,
he's
probably
pissed 'cause his hair's
98%,
out of
but I always had
place.
this inkling in the back of my head that this is what it was going to be. I did. I just inkling in the back of my head that that's exactly what it was going to be. All right.
Yeah, it's a close
And
place to his house. Imagine
that's
that.
exactly what it ended up being. It ended up being, we're going to do an interview, but then immediately benefit. And then what are we going to do? We're going to, the next day, crap on him for an entire stream. And just benefit again. Just to let the money keep rolling in. Literally, not doing the, you have people on your show crapping on me, know nothing about me, did zero research, right? But that's okay, as long as you make money, as long as the money's rolling in. Keep reading the super chats, right? So congratulations. Congratulations, Craig, right?
Delicious.
You proved who you really are, along with your group there. You know, disingenuous, and it's messed up. It's
That's
going
gonna be the best part of Darkwing is that
you did not go
DSP sees
into
not
that
a
interview
fucking
even
penny of
thinking
it.
that I was going to be innocent at any moment.
He said he was gonna call me, but he didn't. So I didn't get any money from this, guys. This is bullshit. It's my face on there. I don't have the money to sue Netflix. Netflix is a major company, guys. I can't sue them.
You actually went in with all the preconceived
Well,
notions.
he's claimed $15 this month. So probably 150 bucks a month at least.
You live and you learn, right? And this was a test for me. It really was. It was a test to see what would happen if I did something like this. It went pretty much the worst that you could expect, right? Let's be honest here. Pretty much. But that's to be expected when it comes to me. No one giving me a fair shake or anything, right? So, it's this simple, all right? Because we're going to do a few shout-outs here in a second for contributions.
Say it's not
moving forward.
their fault. Their explanations were subpar and don't make any fucking sense because you're
I have no
lying.
aspirations to be in anyone's interview or anything like this about this shit, all right? At all. Zero. Because I don't know if I could trust anyone. If, you know, these guys are supposed to be neutral. How could I possibly trust anyone moving forward, right? It's just... it's crazy
cannot imagine
to think how
the amount of money he spent on WWE champions. Now he has a Street Fighter game. You know he's dumping money into that.
I don't know. How could you trust anyone? It just seems everyone out there is just, they want to use me to get a rise, to get popularity, right? That's 1,000,000%. That's what this is.
This is pretty boring.
Other people use me in their shit like this. You want to make content about me? Then do it in your own content, your own.
We got like 18 minutes to go, so not much longer.
That's what it's all about, right? My misery.
Just shout outs.
I can't stop you from doing that. I can't. But I'm going to take the moral high ground. I'm going to make better content than that. I'm not going to.
You're not taking the moral high ground on anything. Shut the fuck up.
Really focused on that to begin with. I'm not going to make my misery, your misery, my benefit, right? Moving forward, if I want to talk to someone, they're going to be on my show. You understand?
So you can ban them when they say something you don't like. Gotcha.
For example, I mentioned earlier, Reeeacts USA is someone I would very much like to speak with and have a civil conversation about, like just talking with this guy back and forth civilly about everything, about our history and the vitriol between us, and kind of squash the beef, because I actually feel like that's something I need to do. That's important right now. I think that would be something very productive that would help. You know what I'm saying? I would 1,000,000% do it if it means that at the very, very least, right? It's not going to be something that's then going to be turned into non-stop levels of profit for other people by exploiting me. And it's literally what that was. This is exploitation. There's a difference between I did an interview and it was objective, and then the exploitation stream is the next day, where you make the money rolling in on it. I'm shitting on me the whole stream. And literally, everything you're saying is wrong. Oh, this about Phil, that about Phil, wrong. Oh, he had nothing on the page. Pledge is right there. Everything's written, all my expenses. Like, everything you say is wrong. But that's fine, because you're on your show. There's no one to counter you. That was the most wrong thing that could have possibly happened. Literally. That was one of the most wrong things that you could have done, is had that show with no opportunity for me to counter any of it. That's just, I can't believe it. That was so backhand. So that you want to talk about, I'm in a pit of snakes. That's, are you kidding me?
Pit
really?
of snakes.
After I give you 5.5 hours of my time, that's how you thank me? Wow.
Because they didn't believe a word you said.
On that fucking show, right? The biggest show you ever had, right? But that's how you do it. You have a whole show that's just crap.
Because they didn't believe a word you said. That's not their fault. That's all on you.
Saying that it was fair or whatever, right? Anyway, I'm done. This is the end of my stream. I'm going to do shout outs and we're going to get out of here. So, by the way, yes, I will, like I already said, I'm planning to have people here on DSP Reeeacts to have conversations with people. All right. I would love to have a conversation with Rich and maybe a few others. I already have a couple other people I'm interested in and or lined up.
I mean, they've gained several thousand subs since it started.
Rich, I'd actually like to do it soon, but I don't know, when that would happen. I'm sure he'll contact me. Yeah, I mean, there you have it. I'm done with this. This is the end of it. I'm happy now. Because again, the bait was set for this to happen. It happened. So now I know. I will never get a fair shake. It's never going to happen.
51,000 views from the interview. 19,000 views from the Aftermath stream. 70,000 views between two videos. Holy shit. Yeah, obviously going to be shoutouts after this. We don't need to watch DSP anymore. But yes, 51,000 plus 19,000 for the two different live streams. That is insane. How long until he loses his house? Hopefully, well, because even the IRS won't take your house because you need a place to live while you work to pay them back, so, unfortunately. But yeah, forget Netflix and chill. Let's Netflix and Phil. Perfect. God, that would be awesome. If Keemstar actually gets this done, that would be insane. Wait a minute, just him losing his mind. They didn't believe me, it's bullshit. I told them this, and they don't believe me. They believe the trolls, though, because the trolls provide evidence. It's bullshit. How come they only believe the people that provide evidence, guys? They should believe me, because I said that didn't happen. Instead of all these people providing videos and pictures and other evidence, guys. It's bullshit. Or if he remortgages his house, he'll be fucked because he won't be able to pay it, but I have to wait and see. Yeah, they could take his house up an apartment. They can't send him back to Connecticut because he lost that Connecticut condo. Finally. To the bank that he owed money to. Congratulations, DSP. I about something to make a nice big old salad. I can't wait. Get the salad, get the croutons, get the shredded cheese, get bacon bits. Nom 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 nom. That'd be funny. He had to move back in with his parents. Then he's like, Bill, can you calm down? Nah, it was a bullshit death. Ma, stop interrupting me during my stream. Ma. Yes, Cat Pig. Phil did nothing wrong. He did everything correct. Holla holla for the dollar dollar. Yes, I do like chicken masala. It's pretty good. God, DSP. This was your big chance. Go on there, and you could have started new. Like they said, if you had told the truth, you'd be like, alright, finally. DSP's told the truth. Get that off his back. He can start moving forward on other things. Maybe become a regular guest when we talk about video games. We could be talking about Dark Souls, have him on. Maybe split the profit from the different videos with him. Instead, nope. He lied. He lied. He lied. And so now, well, they don't want anything to do with him. And why should they? What is 2 plus 2? Give me money! Alright, I guess we don't want you on the stream anymore. Exactly that one nice guy. He was pretty much his last chance to make friends, and he fucked it up. I'd feel bad for him for his gambling addiction, but it's DSP. No. Well, he has been spending it the last week. Unless mommy did, I mean, wifey did the laundry for him. Ooh, that sounds really good, Darkwing. But I got salad waiting for me. I'm going to a friend's house to watch DC Defenders tonight, XFL. Shields up. Go Beer Snake. So that, guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I was able to entertain all of you. This was a fantastic video. Thank you, DSP, for being such a bitch. And yes, everything negative he gets his way, he deserves. So thank you guys for watching. What is employment options at this point? Any job that does background check, he can't do. He cannot do any job that has a background check. So, bagging at Fred Meyer? Working the fryer at McDonald's? Wow, these fries are extra greasy. Where does all this extra grease come from? Ugh, I don't know where it's coming from, guys. Oh, God, get him out that fryer. So thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day.